Morning, guys. How you going? Got a bit of a solo one today, it seems. No one's here. Only you and me. So thanks everybody who's popped in to say hello. So early in the morning here. Well, it is here in the morning here, but maybe in the evening over there. So we've got Rolando Ratas, Sci-Fi, of course, our resident live stream guest. You should pop in here, mate, because I need your company now. Got Flesh Cloud, Bleentron, and Odin. Odin's here too. That's Aaron. Good on you guys. Thanks very much for popping in. I will be doing some painting on my Empire guys, handgunners. So that's what I'll be working on today. And who knows, we might have some guests popping in through the stream. We don't know. I've told the guys, hey, I'm going live. Come on, jump in. But hey, it's Tark and Table Salts here. Very cool. Emperor Jim, how you going, mate? Good to see you here too. Might be a good chance to do a bit of Q&A as well while we are here before we get painting. Any questions that you want to ask about the channel or anything like that, maybe it's a good time now to do it. Plastic Craig Gaming, how you going? Ah, right. So Sci-Fi sent you this way. Well, thank you very much, Sci-Fi. Happy that's the case. Here's Danny. I'm not alone after all.
Yeah,
here he is.
No.
How you going, mate?
I completely lost track of time. I'm all right, mate. How's you?
No, you're all right. You're all right. That's okay, mate. I'm the silly bugger who wants to do this at 6 a.m. on a Sunday morning.
Oh, that's all right. It's 9 p.m. here, so it's
yeah, right, yeah.
It is a good time, mate. Like I said, I was just completely not paying attention to time, and then realised what it was, and was like, "Oh God!" It was when I saw the message pop up on my phone from you going, "Doing this alone." It's like, "Hey, what? Oh grief! I forgot. Come here."
No, that's good, mate. Thanks again, mate, for coming in, and thanks to the wife for letting you join me today.
Yeah. She's upstairs. She's sat upstairs watching her Supernatural at the moment.
Oh, so you got a tea giver today.
Yeah. I've got to do my own cup. Yeah, I've got to do my own cup. Unfortunately.
Okay, the TV shows takes priority today. Supernatural takes priority.
Yeah, very much so. Get that off.
We've got Dr. Oil.
Oh, there we go.
Hello.
Oh, there we go. Got comments up. There we go. What's this?
Yeah, we've got quite a few people in the house, mate, saying hello, which is really nice.
Hello, that's everybody. No, Sci-Fi's back. I remember him.
Oh. Okay, can you remember this one, Danny? The cardboard scenery?
Oh, yeah. I remember them. Grief. Every time I occasionally torture myself by looking on eBay and the for sale groups to see if I can find any of the originals, and realizing just how much they're going for, and wishing that I'd bought an entire room's worth of them back in the day.
Yeah, I bet. The Firebase.
There are actually quite a lot of 3D printing options for them out there, aren't there? Actually.
Yeah, I think is it TT Combat who do them?
I think there's like TT Combat. I think there's a couple others that have popped up.
Yeah. I'm not sure about the other ones, mate, but I know TT Combat do some of those based on the older designs.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a scenario for the bunker. There you go. So what are you working on today, mate?
I am still finishing off these Blood Angels, and then it's going to be moving on to some ghouls and whatnot. But once I've done a bit to these Blood Angels, if we're still on, I'm probably going to move on to doing some more to the Warp Spider.
Okay, mate. You're still working that one. Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, as much as I would love to paint the old Hammer stuff, as soon as I can get these commissions done is when I can get back to focusing on the old Hammer stuff and doing the YouTube content again.
Yeah, good, mate. That sounds good. Excuse me. Yeah, because you got that Warp Spider one to film now.
Yeah,
eventually.
Oh yeah. That's I've got the next video I really want to do is these Chaos Vets, where I've done the tentacle conversions out the Codex. Then it's some Rogue Trader era Terminators for Rich. Then I've got that
cool.
Warp Spider that I want to do, like the whole unit I want to do, and then I'm a second edition Orc Dreadnought, where I think it's being painted up in Bad Moon colours, but I've got to check on that one.
Okay, that's an interesting one.
Yeah, that'll be quite interesting. I enjoy painting yellow, so I'm going to try that. You know that technique I've seen it done where people use pink, like a hot pink as an undercoat, as like a zenith, like a back to front zenithal, and then put the yellow over that, and it turns into a really bright, vivid orange shadow sort of thing. Looks really interesting.
Oh, right.
I want to have a look at some videos and have a figure out a bit more on how to do that.
Yeah, that does sound interesting. That sounds like a different technique.
Yeah.
Do that anyway.
Yeah. And then I've got my squat client has put in for the next little batch, and he's just having a unit of 5 squats done, but got like the las cannon one, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
And then they got a plasma gun variant as well for him, which is going to be painted up. Right. Quite, like I say, I really like these ones. I don't know if you've heard of the company called Macrocosm. They're a UK-based company.
Yeah.
They do some really nice, like they don't just do like the space dwarfs, like, you know, squats, but they do some quite nice fantasy stuff as well, actually.
Right. Okay. I didn't know about the fantasy stuff.
Yeah. So... they do have a real nice old hammery aesthetic to them.
Right. All right. Well, shall we give them a shout out then?
Yeah. That's macrocosm.com. They're a UK-based company, but I believe they do shipping all over the world, and they do a lot of like I say, it's old hammer style, but they have their space dwarf ones, which they do a lot of, which if you watch my channel, you've seen me have painted a few of them on there. They have a few other ranges as well that are quite, I think they do like a chaos space dwarf range. Hang on, now I'm saying that, I am going to have a look, so I'm not saying they do stuff that they don't actually do. Let's have a look, because I have had to peruse through their website.
I've never been to their website, so I'm going to have a look now. You can probably see it here. So
there you go. You have a look.
You're right. Chaos Space Dwarfs. There you go.
Yeah, they do. I thought they did. Like I say, their sculpts have got a really like strong old hammer vibe to them.
Now these 28 mil, they look like they're 15.
No, they're the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. 15 quid for 5.
Yeah, they're not a bad price at all, I don't think. They're all metal.
Yeah, the metal's a good thing about it. Maybe this is how I've heard about them. These guys. Yeah, I've heard about these guys, and people have talked about their dwarf range and how they are very similar to the Marauder range.
Yeah, they're very, they have that real like Marauder. That I was trying to remember what the name was. It was Marauder miniatures. They have that real strong vibe to them. They fit really nicely.
Right. Okay. Now
they've got that sort of sturdiness about the sculpt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. Right, there you go. So,
yeah, I mean, I'm not sponsored by them. I've never been paid by them to say that they're really nice models. I just painted a few of them, and they are really nice models. So, anyone that's after squat equivalent or some Marauder miniature style dwarfs for their Warhammer Fantasy, highly recommend having a look at them, especially if you're UK based.
Yeah, well, their dwarves are quite good. I think the dwarves are the strong point for me. I think they do a good dwarf. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they do some nice models there. And the thing about, like, I'm going to shout out my sponsor. That's my good friend Scott at Black Arrow Minis. When you put this into perspective, like this is a new dwarf slave for £7. That's basically what you're paying for one of his Marauder dwarves on his website. About £7 a model.
Oh yeah.
So if you put that into perspective, it's not such a huge amount of money. You're
Not
basically
at all.
you're paying modern day prices for the old stuff. So
Yeah.
there you go. Check out Black Arrow Minis as well if you can. Okay. Oh, there you go, mate. That was an interesting find. Macrocosm. I know there are some out there, and I just had a great chat with Emil on the podcast. I think Chris mentioned that before. And
Oh, what, a
we
meal
were
from
talking about
Squidmar
that.
Miniatures? What, Squidmar meal?
Oh, no. There's probably about 2 Emils in the world, and this is another Emil in Australia.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind talking to Emil from Squidmar Miniatures. He seems like a nice guy. No, he was talking about that too, because he's getting into the old hammer movement. Like he loves the old stuff, even though he's quite young. He never grew up around all this sort of stuff. And then looking at the prices is so expensive that he's gone to these alternative places like Macrocosm, like Nightmare Games, like all these other places to get the old hammer aesthetic, but in obviously a modern sculpt.
Yeah. Because I'm sure you mentioned there's some out there that do some real nice Chaos Dwarf equivalents. Was it you mentioning them? Some? Oh, I'm sure I heard somebody mention some.
Oh, Brauniac? Or
I honestly can't
3D printing? Okay, well, there's another one that's where is he again? He's Fleet of something. He's designing these in metal for Nightmare Miniatures, and they're really nice.
Yeah.
Let me have a look. Actually, I'll give Nightmare Miniatures. He'll be on here. Yep, here it is. Okay, let me show you that one. And yeah, maybe you've seen these before. I don't know, but we should just make this. We should just make the beginning of this live stream a bit of a shout out to the community thing. That's probably a much better idea.
It works out quite nicely that way sometimes, doesn't it?
It's good to have a cup of tea and talk about miniatures at the beginning. This one, mate. This one.
Oh yeah.
North of Sleet. That's what it is. North of Sleet. The guy is sculpting these.
They have very old hammery sort of combat card era vibes, didn't they?
Yeah, they're really good. They're really good, actually. I wasn't too sure at the beginning, but then I really like them now. They've really grown on me.
Yeah.
I really like them a lot.
Although they're still missing the Persian style helmets and beards and that lot.
Yeah, but this is very much 3rd edition Chaos Dwarf era.
Yeah. They didn't have that Persian-y helmet and beard look, did they, at that point?
No, they didn't, mate. No, it's nothing like it at all. So they've got bull centaurs, which is interesting because I don't think they had bull centaurs in 3rd edition. From my understanding.
Really?
I could be wrong. I think I could be wrong. Yeah, people can let me know, but I don't think they did.
Yeah, see, it wasn't until tail end of 4th edition going into 5th edition that I discovered Warhammer Fantasy.
Right, okay. Yep, and then what you saw then was basically what everything represented. So you saw the Persian style, big cast walls, and these are obscure.
I can't remember which edition it was where they got their one and only ever army book.
That's 4th edition, mate.
That was 4th, yeah. And that was the box set, if I remember correctly, with the high elves and the plastic high elves and the plastic goblins and that lot, wasn't it?
Yes, mate, that's the one.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one that was just going when I got into it.
Check this one out, Danny. You like these?
Oh, yeah, I instantly recognised the dude at the front with that sort of bony armour and the skeletal, like, horsey face sort of. Oh, and the guy on the front right as well. I recognise him. Oh, those are some amazing models. Oh, and the dude tucked right at the back as well with the Chinesey style face mask with the horns.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, he does a nice Chaos Corn paint job, that's for sure, old Diego.
Oh, yeah, those are beautiful.
Yeah. Love that banner too. It's awesome. Very old hammer.
Yeah.
So there you go, guys. If you want to have a look at some old, no, obviously you can't buy those. They're the original Citadel miniatures that's part of Diego's collection. But if you want things like these, I previewed those on the channel before for him. The Rogue Lord Mercenary Ogres. They're in resin. So I don't think those are metal, but yeah, very nice looking miniatures. Very well designed. Lovely troll here. That's a lovely model too, actually.
Finding a pen. Where is it?
I used to have this guy. I think I gave him away. This guy. But yeah, good stuff on there. Good old hammer stuff. We'll have to pick out a few more people each show and highlight what they're doing out there because I do want to support.
I need to become a little bit more active on the old socials. I'm terrible at it.
Yeah, I really want to support the guys making the metal miniatures because it's a tough grind there for them. Competing in a very highly competitive market now with 3D printing, and that everyone's going 3D printing. So these guys who are making the metal models are really on the back foot here. So we want to support our wonderful metal miniature manufacturers out there. But yeah, there you go. That's an awesome Kev Adams sculpt, that one. Fucking hell.
Pretty classic. Yeah, it's lovely.
All right. Okay, let's get to work.
What are you painting this evening?
Just the Empire handgunners, mate. It's the first time I've got a chance to do it, to do anything.
Oh yeah.
So that's why we do the Splatter Natters, mate. We get to do things that we can't do maybe through the week.
Yeah.
And this is a good opportunity to do those.
Yeah, or in my case, use it as a nice way of having a chat whilst I'm trying to finish off the things I've got to get done.
Yeah, exactly, mate. So Dan's here. Hey Dan, how you going? Good to see you, mate. Dan was the second person I interviewed on the podcast. And
all right.
He's part of the Musty Wargamers show. It's a live stream that runs every Thursday evening in the US. Really good show. I'd highly recommend it. But you need to go either through two different YouTubers to access it. I'll have to get those guys on the show at some point. I think I asked them about that maybe. But yeah, I'd like to so we can have a chat. Carnifex is here with a loud fart. There you go.
No.
That's something that's thankfully not audible. Trollet has made Paul Bonnet. Yes, I'm getting him on here in the live stream, mate, because he's got I gave him the app for using a camera and everything like that. So he's definitely coming on very soon to talk about his stuff and what Trollet miniatures are doing, and I can showcase all of his miniatures when he's on here at that time. Maybe next week. We'll see how we go. Looks like your wife's here, mate. Hilly's here.
Oh yeah. Hello, darling.
Yeah, Sci-Fi's excited for that. Okay, guys, let's get to work. Let's get painting. That's what we're here for. So I'm going to change my camera to my camera. Oh, does it work? Oh, you bastard of a thing. Don't tell me it's not going to work. Is it working? It's working. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch all of the live stream you did with Jonny the other day.
Oh, yeah.
But were you talking about airbrushing or something, mate?
Yeah, we got into a bit of a chat about the old airbrush. It's always one that's quite interested me after a while, because I used to be one of those ones that had the opinion of, if you use an airbrush, it's not proper painting, which, as I've got older and started using things, I've just realised how ridiculous that idea is.
Yep.
And that's what we just and it just kind of went on from there, really.
Yeah, airbrush has its uses, that's for sure. I did a lot of I bought it primarily for doing terrain, painting terrain, and it's like invaluable for terrain. I would never want to ever paint terrain by hand, depending what it is, of course. Depending what it is.
There are certain parts
some by hand.
Yeah, like I say, there are certain parts. Whereas I think, like when it comes to airbrush, there are some things I think which if you do them, I don't know, if you don't do them, say, right, they can look very airbrushed.
Yes.
Whereas in other ways, if you use the airbrush properly, it doesn't really look like something's been airbrushed, but you can see they've used one, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean, mate. I know exactly what you mean.
So I've never been too keen when people have used the airbrush for like that, the headlight effect and stuff like that, because they just kind of spray it all over the place and it doesn't really look like it's the glow of a headlight.
Yep, I know exactly what you mean, mate. Yeah, it can look airbrushed. I know what you mean. If it's not done subtly or properly. Yes, you're right. Okay, so what are people painting in the chat? I hope you guys painting. You're not just staring at me and Danny here. So please let this be a motivational live stream. Even if you're going to put something together, put some models together. That's a good idea too. I like doing that. I find that a very cathartic process, putting models together.
I'm going to have to run off quickly and make myself a new cup of tea, though, because my cup of tea's gone cold.
Okay, mate, that's good. You're out of one already. Okay, no problem.
Yeah. Hang on. What I will do, though, is... Who am I going to put it on, just so people aren't left looking at a blank screen?
Flesh Cloud says I'm getting Danny to paint for me. Are you doing... Is that the Space Dwarf project, is it? Space Dwarves.
I'm getting Danny to paint for me. Really? I don't know. That's not Flesh Cloud. That's Blood Angel Scout.
Was it? Oh, really? Flesh Cloud, who are you? Are you an imposter?
Inside joke from yeah. yeah, that's very true. Yeah, from Bring About a Live chat one. Simon says there's another guy that's getting some orcs done for me. Richard's getting some stuff done by me. So's Jason and so's Blood Angel Scout. It's kind of the joke that eventually everyone that goes to the October Bring Battle thing is just going to have stuff all painted by me.
That's good, mate. That's a good thing. That's a great way of promoting yourself. Excellent. That's good.
Yeah. Right, I shall be back in a minute. You shall hear me when I return.
Okay, mate. Yeah, but it's good to see you, mate. We have to catch up at some point. It's been too long between chats, mate, so we need to catch up. If you haven't seen Yep's amazing army of orc and goblins, you've got to see it. It's something we need to put into the Herohammer Fanzine for sure. So I'll be in contact soon, mate, about that. Getting your stuff in the Herohammer Fanzine. So absolutely beautiful stuff. Yeah, oversaturation. Yeah, for sure. It's all in the trigger action, mate. It's all in the trigger action. But yeah, it can look oversaturated, and the overspray is basically where you really see something being airbrushed. Ah, right. Cool. Painting epic wave serpents. Awesome. I just painted those. They're beautiful models. So have fun doing it, mate. I hope they're done in the classic. Are you doing the classic Alatok style, or is it a different craft world you're painting those in? Waiting for the shading to dry on a bunch of first ed Goth orcs. Awesome. Are these the Goth orcs, like the one-piece models, not the separate arm models that came out later? Or are these something else? Space Dwarves. JP, nice to see you here, mate. Thank you. And hope you're enjoying some painting there. Hybrid miniatures, Seer Acolyte. Oh, nice, mate. Have you finished doing the all the Slan stuff then? I know Carnifex is playing like a Slan warband in Mordheim at the moment, so I know he's painting a lot of those up. Yes, absolutely. Yep, I'm going to get in contact with you as soon as I finish this stream, mate, and we'll have to tee up a time. Would you like to join us at all? Yep. Come and join us, mate. That way we can talk at the same time. Hang on a tick. I just sent you the link, mate. Yep, so you can check it out. If you can join us, you can just hop in. Oh, nice. Okay, so Table Salt's painting up some Third Ed Dark Elves. Timothy, let me contact you because I know a friend of mine who's looking to offload some 3rd edition Chaos Dwarves, and he asked me, and I said I don't particularly need them or want them, but I said I know someone who would. So if you're after some 3rd edition Chaos Dwarves, I mean I've got some here as well. I've got like about 7 of them, I think. I think we talked about those before, but if you're after those, mate, let me know because I know David in the US has got some and he doesn't want them. So please let me know if that's something of help to you. Yep, Slayer and Mordheim I finished. Satire art minis used as Amazons. Yeah, I really like those. I really like what Satire Miniatures did with their Slan. I think that looked really cool. Sorry. How did the Advanced HeroQuest game go yesterday, or will it be a future vid? We played HeroQuest, not Advanced HeroQuest, but Advanced HeroQuest. I'm organizing a new group to play that, and we're going to play the Shattered Amulet, which I've never played before, and it's my dream to do it. So, got myself, Planet Tobor, and Tom Mason, I think maybe will be joining us. So now I'm just getting the crew together to play like a dedicated group to play Advanced HeroQuest at some point. Now the HeroQuest game I did record, and I've been posting those up on Patreon. So if you're interested in that, there you go. You go to Patreon, you can see those games uploaded there. No problem yet. Next time, mate. And we'll do that for sure. And it'd be lovely to catch up with you, my friend. So enjoy painting those Savage Orc ball boys. So Emperor Jim's doing Iyanden. There's an old piece of Eldar art with yellow wave serpents that I'm trying to replicate. Okay, cool. I have to go and try and find that. I haven't seen it before. Or it doesn't come to mind straight away. So that's interesting. Okay, I better get some painting done. Get some work done. What am I doing? This is the time I should be painting.
I've returned as well, so I can have a quick look at the chat as well. Whilst it's going.
Yeah, go for it, mate.
Third edition Dark Elves, yeah. That's something I've got coming up as well for my Eldar. I've got some, I think they're third edition Eldar Aspect Warriors, going to be painting them up to fit in with the second edition Eldar army. So that could be quite interesting.
So third edition Aspect Warriors, is it?
Yeah, I think they're third edition. Slightly more sinister looking ones.
Okay.
I think I've got some Dark Reapers and Striking Scorpions that are that one. That could be quite interesting. See, that was something that came up, actually. I mean, it comes up quite a bit, I think. But my mate popped round earlier and we were talking about the new Primaris models compared to the older ones. Because I've got the Dante one on my desk. And I was saying that I actually like the new Dante model compared to the old one is I would actually say I actually kind of prefer it, except for the fact that it's on that silly bit of stone plinth that it stood on, the rubble. Like, if you got rid of that, I reckon it looks quite nice. And I was going to say, like, I actually think that there's quite a few of the new Primaris Space Marines where the actual sculpts, they look really nice as Space Marines.
Yeah.
It's just, if they didn't have the Primaris part of it, if it was just if Games Workshop just said we've redesigned the Space Marine range, they've got a new mark of power armor and here's some new gadgets for them. I reckon I'd have been a lot more on board with that, because that Primaris lore has just never settled right with me.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it, thankfully, so
it's unfortunately, I think, very ham-fisted way that they did it.
40k ended at second edition for me, mate, so I don't know anything else apart from that. I know nothing. As my friend Manuel would say.
Yeah, my other mate has convinced me to start doing third edition, which I'm very much looking forward to. Evening, Blood Angels. He's in here as well.
Oh, cool. Hey, mate.
Yeah, my mate has convinced me to give third edition a try, so I don't think that would be too hard to carry second edition armies over through to third edition.
Yeah, I don't think it should be a problem, should it? Just the
armaments? I don't think so. Yeah, there's a.
Wasn't it the thing about? Well, wasn't it the whole hoo-ha about it was that they had to change all of the armament? I think that's why people got pissed off, because Space Marines had like chain swords and flamers or whatever they were carrying. They had to change all of those out into a new loadout. I think that's why a lot of people got really pissed at them in the beginning. I'm pretty sure it was.
Right.
Yeah, pretty sure that's why.
That. I mean, for Space Marines, I think I don't remember any Space Marine weaponry and loadouts changing from second to third. I think the biggest part of it for me, why I never gelled with third edition personally, was the change to a couple of the rules. The close combat rules changed quite drastically, and it never quite gelled with me. It was done. Yeah. It's done differently on initiative and stuff like that. Like Rich and Jason play it a bit, and I'm starting to pick it up a bit better. But the biggest one I never liked was the changes to the way the shooting worked. For example, if say like you had a tactical squad, and it was firing, you had your las cannon wanted to shoot at your opponent's, say, I don't know, Rhino if you're up against Chaos or something, or a Dreadnought. In second edition, obviously, like special weapons and heavy weapons could choose to fire at vehicles, whereas your bolters could choose to fire at other things. In third edition, they got rid of that. Whatever, like your whole unit had to fire at the same thing. So your heavy bolters and your las cannons and that lot are firing at your high, like the las cannons, for example, are firing at the tank, but then your bolters have to fire at the tank as well, and they're not going to do anything.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, and that was one of the rules that never really, they always rankled with me, but my mates convinced me, because that was third edition was when my mate came into it, and he's really wanted me to give it a go for a while. And since watching Richard and Jason do it and playing them, and saying how fun it is, I just thought, well, maybe I was just, resistant to change at the time, and I might give it a go now.
Resistant to change? I don't know what you're talking about.
Hang on. Bleentron says, to the point GW, or at least mine was giving out free bolt pistols and chainsaw replacements to people rearm. Oh, right. I did not know that. Fair enough.
Yeah, they really piss some people off there, mate, because they had to pull all their arms off their Marines on their models and stuff.
Oh, right. I'll have to look out for that. Hang on, third editions from Flesh Cloud. Third edition simplified the game and made it more of a mass army game. One-page rules built off of third ed 40k, so it may be worth checking out if you're into third ed.
Well, isn't that the rule set that Rich plays as well?
Yeah. The one-page rules. I've heard some good things about one-page rules, but I'm kind of picking my lane at the moment because there's so many different systems out there that I would love to play that I just know I wouldn't have time to do. Yeah, my pile of shame's already starting to grow again now, so I really can't afford to be adding them in. I've got a load of have you ever seen any of the Infinity miniatures done by Corvus Belli?
Mate, I played and painted so many Infinity miniatures for the last 10 years. It would make your head spin.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I've fallen in love with the Riot Girls and the Nomad lot.
Yeah. The earlier stuff I really love. The guys who sculpted for them were a lot of those guys were ex-Rackham sculptors. So,
all right.
Yeah, Juan Navarro, I think the guy was called, the guy who did a lot of those. Aleph, he did a lot of the Aleph, if not all the Aleph, and I think he did a lot of the Nomads as well. Yeah, when I started doing commission painting through Infinity, that's how it all sort of started many years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my channel and everything, even this was called Section 9 Studios way back in the day when I first started YouTubing, before it became the Crown of Command. So everything was sort of geared towards Infinity and everything like that, and I just did it for a long time until I got jack of it, and that's how I got back into doing all this stuff, all the 90s stuff.
All right.
So there you go. Yep, I know all about it, mate. I hate putting those fucking things together.
Yeah, see, I've never played the game, but the miniatures themselves are gorgeous, and I really love painting them.
Yeah, mate, they're beautiful models. They make the best sci-fi minis out there, 28mm minis out there, hands down. Would have nothing bad to say about the miniatures, nothing bad to say about the company. I think the guys there are great, especially like Carlos, who does all the PR work for them.
I don't know. I would say possibly one teeny weeny negative part to say about the models, and I use those many adjectives very deliberately, is like, for example, with some of the Riot Girls, they've got little V-shaped antennas on the side of their helmets.
Yeah.
By God, those things were so small. I wasn't entirely sure which part was the antenna and which part was the lead flashing attached to it.
Hence, I don't paint. I don't do any Infinity. That was one of the reasons why I got out of it. One of the main ones I got out of it was because of that. Just the fiddly parts, and my fingers were just in agony of just putting those things together, and I just couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Almost had like
that is
PTSD.
Yeah, but once you've got those things together, they are just like everything about them. They are beautiful models.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, they certainly are. I would certainly attest to that. Fantastic miniatures. I'm hoping that my good friend DJ will buy my Aleph army off me. That was going to be that's the last bit I've got. That's the last piece of my Infinity history.
All right.
Yeah, I hope he buys it actually. So I'll have to contact him again this week and ask him. Put the hard word on him.
Yeah.
But Yeah, mate. Yeah, no, I did that hard for a long time. That's how I got into airbrushing, through doing all the terrain.
Oh yeah.
Because MDF really took off then at that stage. So yeah, been there, done that. So you enjoy it, mate. When you now you're sort of starting off. The game is really good. The game's fantastic. You just need a good memory, I think, to harness all those rules, I think. But then, the last time I played was 3rd edition. Now it's 5th edition, so I don't know what's going on with it now. So
yeah. Oh, for me, it's mostly the collecting and painting of the miniatures, which is the bit that really bites me with those.
Yeah,
because that's been the biggest part of the hobby. It was the same thing for Games Workshop. The biggest part of me with this hobby has always been the actual collecting of the miniatures and the painting of the miniatures.
Yeah.
Like the actual gaming side of it has always been quite a secondary thing in a way. I think that's why it was for so many years that I didn't actually play any games at all. But I still actually collected I still collected quite a few miniatures over the years.
Mm-hmm. So that game you play with Richard in 2nd edition 40k on their first, whatever they called it, their 2nd edition anniversary day. Was it the first time you played 2nd edition in all those years, or?
Yeah. I might have had. No. I think that was basically that weekend was the first time I'd played in. Well, since 2nd edition was a thing, and the game I played with the first game I played with Richard, not last year, the year before that, was the 3rd game I'd played in like that many years. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So it had been quite a while, but thankfully,
sure.
I mean, I'd watched so many battle reports that I had most of the rules down. I'd looked at the codex and things like that.
Yeah.
And I think I'd worked out most of the rules with it, thankfully. And the good thing is as well, a lot of the people there, including Rich himself and that lot, playing against them, any rules that I wasn't too sure on, they were quick enough to fill me in.
Right.
Here's a little tip for anyone as well, if they're doing a script on scrolls like I'm doing there. This is where is it? What is it? There you go. 0.05 micron pen. Absolutely brilliant for doing little bits.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Good idea, man.
Yeah, brilliant for doing them. So I want the G in the middle. If I go quiet, it's because I'm concentrating on doing tiny script.
Yeah, no, that's fine, mate. We're just zoning in now into the Zen state of painting. Hey, that's a good name for a channel, isn't it? Zen state of painting.
Yeah.
Ted's here. So been playing 2nd edition 40k all day. Yes, that's right, mate. I know you had your event there, and before I get your nationality wrong, I think it starts with an S, not a D, or is it a D, not an S? You knew I forget it. I won't say those words just in case it brings a heated response. But at least Donald Trump's put you guys on the map then again. Or Yepe anyway. Looks like they're going to buy a bit of Greenland.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, mate. Who knows? It's a crazy world. That's why I'm here. I don't watch the news. It's too much shit.
I genuinely don't. I live under a very large rock, and I have spent many a year trying to cultivate this thing.
Yeah. Good idea. Now I hear that Richard's playing 2nd edition today with Sai. Because Jason's still sick or something. So
yeah. But apparently he caught a bit of the old flu or something. Not nice.
So hope you're feeling better.
It's been going around. Right, apothecary time from him.
I thought it was an S instead of a D. I thought you wanted Sweden. Okay, mate, that's good. Well, thankfully, the Trump Tower organization is not going to buy your country anytime soon, so you're lucky. I played 1 or 2 games of 3rd edition and quit 40k then and there. There you go, Nathan. Thanks for joining us, mate, and for having your thoughts or sharing your thoughts on that. So again, guys, hope you're enjoying your painting or whatever you're doing today. Like me and Danny, we're getting our painting on.
Indeed.
And Jonny might join us later. He said it's 10 p.m. GMT time, maybe, possibly he'd pop in. I was hoping Chris was going to come in today. He said he was going to. He said he could do it. It's hilarious. Maybe they could trade us Hawaii for. Yeah, I would love Hawaii instead of Greenland. I think that's a really good trade, guys. Definitely.
Yeah, Hawaii's not a bad shout.
I haven't been there, and my wife has, because sadly, I must admit, I've never been on my honeymoon. We've never had a honeymoon. Because my wife said, I said, okay, shall we go to Okinawa or something? No. My wife's got very high standards, you see. She wants to go to Hawaii. Right. And I said, well, how the fuck are we going to afford that? It's impossible. So she's still waiting, mate. 11 years later, she's still waiting to go to Hawaii. I thought, I don't want to go to Hawaii. This is like this is where I come from. This is the Gold Coast, but they all speak in American accents. It's exactly the same. Why do I want to go there? You know?
Yeah.
So, and I think Americans would understand me when I say that. Basically, you're going on a holiday in your own country. It's kind of like, for me, it's like I'm just going back to the Gold Coast where I'm from. It's exactly the same. Now, what am I looking for here? Interestingly enough, these handgunners have got gold-coloured barrels, which is cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to make some gold. I'll do that out of yellow ochre, I think. Doing it in non-metallic metals. And my favourite paint or ink from the Nostalgia 94 Flesh Wash. If you want gold, anything for gold, Flesh Wash is absolutely a miracle. Miracle maker. Now I've got to get some brushes. I've got to order some brushes today, Danny, because I'm out of brushes, mate. I'm down to the last decent one. Yeah.
Yeah, I get through brushes loads.
Yeah. Mind you, I think for all the painting, because I'm painting like all day, every day, I've got to say, I bought the Vallejo synthetic brushes by mistake. I think I was drunk. Yeah. And I hit the button, and I realized when I got them, I thought, shit, I didn't order these, did I? These are the wrong ones. These are not the nice sable ones. They're the synthetic ones. But I've got to say, they were they're not bad. They're not bad.
All right.
You know, the cheapest chips, they're $2 a pop. You know, but they do a decent job. You know.
Because I've been trying to find some synthetic ones that I reckon would be any good.
Well, I can recommend those, mate. I recommend the Vallejo ones. They're not bad at all.
Yeah, I'll have to give those ones a go because I've been looking at the Green Stuff World synthetics as well.
Yeah. Did you try those at all?
I haven't tried the synthetics yet. I've tried their sable ones. They're very nice.
Okay.
And their synthetic ones, I've heard pretty good things about them. So,
and
they're not a bad price by all accounts.
Yeah, they should be pretty cheap for the synthetic ones. Sounds like my better half is off to work. By the sound of things, a little workhorse. So I'm now deciding, because I like to buy brushes. You know, if I do buy stuff, I like to buy it in Japan. And, and I really like these Rosemary&Co brushes, but I can't buy them inside of Japan, as far as I know. So I'll have to probably get another set of those Vallejo. I think they're called Pro brushes. They're like their table head brushes. Yeah, they're really good. They're really nice. If I can recommend any brushes, I think they're very good stuff. They do good stuff.
Yeah, I've got some Army Painter. Which one is it I use? The Army Painter's Masterclass brush for real fine detail work.
Right.
That's a very, very nice brush. But I also like Rosemary&Co, one of my favourites as well.
Yeah, mate, they're good. They're up in Yorkshire, aren't they?
I believe so, yeah. The good thing is, from what I've heard, Rosemary&Co are basically what Artis Opus brushes are.
Yes, same manufacturer.
Yeah.
In fact, if you get one of their like premium Kolensky sable brushes, that's basically what they are anyway. I think they just put a different handle on them.
Yeah. Different handle in the brand and a logoed. Yeah, exactly, a logoed handle, and that's it.
I'm actually part of their program. They've got like these programs they run for people. Like you can join their program, and basically all it is that you create a set for people that click on your link. They can go to your set and order the same brushes. Yeah, but I don't think anybody's ever done it. and I don't know if I'm still in that program or not. I don't know. They probably kicked me out by now because I haven't done anything with it.
Yeah, that's a shame.
But it's not a bad one, because basically what happens is that if anybody purchases their brushes through them by clicking your link, you get like a little kickback, and that little kickback can go towards buying your own brushes. You know what I mean? So it's like a reward system thing. But I haven't been to that. I need to check it today and see if anybody's actually clicked on any of those links. No one looks at those links anyway.
No, they don't seem to, do they? But I mean, sometimes I'm sure somebody does.
Yeah, I mean, people always ask about brushes.
Yeah.
And I think they're a good shout out, Rosemary&Co. I've been very impressed with their brushes. I don't use Winsor & Newton at all. I haven't used them for years. I found they've always been very disappointing. But then other people swear by them. So
yeah, I've never used Winsor & Newton, and I've never just because I've never really I just never have. Like, I used the GW ones for a while, and then the new ones came out, and they're just absolutely awful. Like, I can't, like, they just splay, get horrible tips, they're all sorts of rubbish. Then I found Rosemary&Co through a painter called Sarastro.
Oh yeah,
and
he's British, isn't he? He's British, isn't he? That guy?
Huh?
Sorry, he's a Brit, isn't he? That guy?
I'm not sure, actually, if I'm honest.
Right. Very Aussie.
But he was yeah, I saw his ones and I thought, you know what, I'll give them a go. And they got like really long bristles, haven't they? And they're really long and thin. I really like them.
Yes. Yep. I like them too, like that for that. But then the Vallejo ones are short bristled ones, and I kind of like that as well. So yeah, it's been interesting, like using theirs and using a length of hair that I'm not used to. But they seem to work really well too. So yeah.
Yeah. I think you do, don't you? Just over the years of painting, you work out what bristle type works best for you.
Yep, that's right.
Oh, apparently we've had a big fan of Rosemary&Co from Bleantron. What we got here? Odd Gits Hut says, I've been using Raphael brushes lately, been pretty happy with them.
Yeah, Raphael brush is good too. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you can also get from Rosemary&Co, you can get a blend of sable and artificial hair as well.
Oh, really?
I've tried those and they're not bad. Yeah, they're sort of in a sort of the budget, realms of cost wise, but yeah, they do a lot of they tend to do quite a lot of research into brush hair technology, if you like.
Yeah.
That's even such a thing. But yeah, they tend to look at different kinds of blends and hair types to prolong the life of brushes. Obviously, you want the ultimate brush would be like the ones that just never die. They just keep going and going and going, always holding a tip. So
yeah.
But one thing I do use now is the Vallejo paint thinner. I use that as a cleaner for my brushes, and that does help. That does get a lot of paint that's stuck in there out of those ferrules and everything like that out of when you finish your paint session. So yeah, I found that to be a big help in keeping brushes alive. And when it dries, yeah, honestly, I never did it too much for years and years and years, and all of a sudden I thought, yeah, I'm going to use that to wash my brush out. I got it, and that works a treat. And I've got some brush conditioner from Tamiya, so you can condition them before you put the caps back on them and stuff like that. So yeah, I've been sort of more aware of that now that I'm doing this as a commission full time, because like you say, you go through brushes like left, right, and center. So I want to keep them alive as long as I can to get the longer life, that I can out of them. Because every time it's like 60, 70 bucks a pop.
Yeah. I was going to say, I reckon that's got to be one of my biggest expenses, replacing brushes, just the speed you get through them.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, because every time I order brushes, I need to order a few. I need to make it worthwhile. So that costs maybe 60, 70 bucks every time to get 6 brushes, which is not bad, really, when you think about it, cost-wise. But yeah, it's the tools of the trade, mate. You need those.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I need to develop my own brush set,
Oh,
make my
yeah,
own brush company, and
Yeah.
and there we go. And my own paint range, the Jung Jae paint range. That might be a good one.
Yeah.
So what I'm attempting to do is basically getting these guys to a stage now where they're, I don't know if you can see that, but basically clean them up. We've sort of done all the yellows and reds, and now I'm sort of just blocking all the other colors, and then now just keeping them nice and neat so that I can just do that from each one. So I've got to a certain stage. This is if you're doing like like if you're doing models like 8 or more at a time. That's how I like to do it. Sort of splash on the paint first, get all your sort of base colors in there, then tighten them up, then go to the next stage, and go from there. So, because I know that if people who paint minis en masse, it sometimes can be a really daunting process. But I find that's the best way for me to do it and handle it. Just throw some paint on, tidy it up, get to it like a sort of a mid level of completion, and then come in at the end and tidy everything up and put in the finishing touches. Hey, here he is. Dork Pube Brush. Okay. Planet Boy, if you want to jump in with us, mate, you're more than welcome. It's an open house. Oh, here's Johnny Watson here. I'll let him set up his camera. It's going to fail. I know it. When I put Johnny on here, his camera or internet connection will shit itself. On cue. I'll give him a few seconds to sort it out. I think he's using his phone.
Yeah.
You using your phone, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah, good idea. I don't know what is with your computer, mate, but it's something's haunted in there.
Yeah, it's just the internet, mate. It's not the computer.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. Although it worked quite well for my live stream the other day. I was using
Yeah,
it.
right, isn't it?
So I don't know.
It got better because it started off with really low res for some reason. I don't know why,
Right.
but it sort of picked up later on. So
catch up, I guess.
it's definitely the
guys,
internet,
anyway?
mate. Definitely internet. We need to get it sorted.
Yeah,
good, mate.
Good.
So you can ring up and say, hey, look, I'm running a very highly professional live stream service here of a weekday, and this internet's just not cutting the mustard, mate. So what are you going to do about it?
I've got to have a word with him, haven't I?
Yeah.
Bloody Virgin.
Oh, Virgin.
Yeah. That's what I'm on at the moment. So what are you guys working on?
Still Blood Angels.
Yeah. Yeah, Danny's Blood Angels. I'm doing Empire. How about you,
Nice.
Bretonians? I take it.
Last one of the unit, yeah. Of this particular unit, anyway. So crack on with him for a bit.
Yeah, good, mate.
What's the chat been then? Been chatting about
Okay, I'll get Matt in as well with his Planet Torbor. We played some HeroQuest yesterday. He was the elf. It was a hoot. Let's see.
Subscriptions. There you go.
There you go, mate. Planet Turbo, I just sent you the link.
Who, to me?
No, to Matt in the States, mate. He's going to jump in.
Cool.
He's just getting ready to paint, so that's good. We've got a guest for today. He's actually, you can talk about it too, but he's actually an indie games developer.
Okay.
And there's a really cool trailer. I think I'll play it in a minute when he comes on. I'll show you guys it. It's really fun. It's like the the old HeroQuest ads in the late 80s.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
It's very reminiscent of that in that sort of style. So
sweet. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Right. Get some of that in there.
Well, that's in case it will play actual video through here. I don't know if it will or not. Otherwise, I'll have to put a link up there and you can go and check it out. It's on Steam basically. We are now Jonny watchers. We are.
Yep, it's me in all my glory.
Now, tell you what I'll do, Jonny, just for you. I'm actually going to put some music on in the background.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to try it and see what it sounds like. Okay.
Yeah, keep it low. You got to keep it real low, but it's just like a little. Yeah.
I'll put on about 10 and see what it does.
Yeah,
which one do you use? Is it Daydreaming?
No, I use is it Drive Along or got a car?
Night Driving.
Night Driving, something like that.
Yeah, that's it. It puts you to sleep, that music. Can you hear it?
No.
Really?
No.
You can't hear anything. I'm the only one who can hear it. Really?
Have you pressed apply?
Oh, did I? No. So I'm the only one who listen to it. That's brilliant. Okay, nice. I don't think it gives you any other options.
It should just come on.
Yeah, it should.
First of all, turn it up loud. So it might be just a bit too low in the mix.
Okay, maybe that's what it is. That's 100 now.
Can't hear it.
Still can't hear it?
No.
Oh. Well, that was a failed experiment, wasn't it?
You've got Ghost in your computer now, mate.
Oh.
No, I'll keep it on. I quite like listening to it in the background. So
yeah, it's quite soothing, isn't it?
can anybody hear the music, or is it just me?
Just you. Definitely can't hear anything. Well, not my end anyway.
Oh, I can hear it. Matt says he can hear it.
Oh right.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
Maybe because you're in the stream. Maybe that's why you can't hear it.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe.
Anybody who's watching the stream. Yeah, Odin can hear it as well.
I've actually got you guys on YouTube as well. 2 seconds. I'll turn my.
And Danny's wife can hear it. Hales can hear it. So,
Ah.
is it too loud? It seems okay to me. Too loud?
Oh yeah, it's on. Yeah.
Okay.
It's on. You can hear it, mate. You might want to bring it down just a little, I reckon.
Okay.
But yeah, fills that dead space when there's no talking.
Yeah, I think so. It just sounds better to me. That. Yep. There you go, John. That's I learned that from you, mate, because I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, it's amazing what a bit of fiddling does, isn't it?
Oh, David's here too. Hey, David. How you going, mate? Historical doppelganger, evening fellas. Yeah, I can hear the music. Great. Awesome. Thank you. There is swearing a lot though. Okay. Excuse me, guys. Can't get rid of this bloody cough.
Have you guys been on long?
Quiz hot shots. Okay, here we go. Here you go, Johnny. You can read this one.
Pop quiz hot shots. Okay. What number? Hey, White Dwarf had the white Terminator bursting through a wall into a bunch of Steelers. Cover was predominantly white and blue. I know the one he's talking about.
I know the one he's talking about. That's the cover of. No, it's not the cover of second edition.
So
Space Hulk.
no, Space Hulk, isn't it? It's a Space Hulk. It would have been probably a Space Hulk release, probably in that White Dwarf.
Was it the Deathwing Terminator mission?
Possibly, but what White Dwarf was it? What number was it? I'm
I
going to
think
go.
I think. What do you reckon?
Right, my guess is going to be it's before the one.
Carnifex says 163.
No, I was going to say it's before 160s. I was going to say 15 something.
Nah, no, it's not that early. I'd say 170. 173 is my guess.
159.
But I'm sure Carnifex is bloody looked up on Google. He's probably Googled it.
Yeah, he's probably got it bang on.
I'm going to go 164.
164. Okay, any other guesses from anybody in the chat? Don't go and check it.
120. See, that's low. That's low.
Carnifex got it. Bastard. He's been checking on bloody Google.
Of course he has. Cheap.
120. I just checked eBay. Okay.
Anyway, if anyone got any more questions, that's like little pop quizzes. That's a cool idea. I like that.
Yep, I like that idea. That's my good mate Cameron. He's the wizard in our HeroQuest group, in our troop.
Oh, nice.
Oh, here's Planet Tobal. Okay, here we go, mate. Sorry, mate. Played you to the stage.
So he does a lot of standing back and firing
Matt.
spells.
Hey,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Hi, Matt.
Yeah, well, I can hear you, mate.
Hey, good.
I'm going to turn the music down a bit because I can just barely hear you. Hang on, too. Just turn that music down.
I can turn myself up, or maybe I wonder if this is not piping in through the correct mic.
We can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I can softly hear you, mate. You've got the soft voice in the background.
Testies. 1, 2, 3.
Well,
Yeah, they're coming through strong. Maybe it's just me having the sound turned down. That's probably what it was.
Oh, maybe.
How you going, mate? Good?
Good, yeah. I was just
Long time no speak, wasn't it? Just yesterday.
After a rip-roaring dungeon run.
It was, mate. It was.
Yeah.
I enjoy those.
Been driving around looking for bright green paint, and nobody has any here.
Oh, right. So, what do you have many game stores in your area?
Not really, no. Or it's either like Magic the Gathering and then only you know, a mild sprinkling of modern Games Workshop stuff at one place.
40k or something.
Yeah. And therefore they're, you know, the Citadel paints and stuff, which...
Yeah. When you say you're looking for paint, you're looking for model paint or just paint for your house? Yeah.
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 for tiny men paint.
Yeah.
Specifically. There's one place that's a hobby shop here that's mostly trains and stuff like that. And they used to carry Vallejo game stuff, but now they only have the airbrush stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh, the model air stuff?
Yeah.
So that's actually quite a good paint just for painting.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I've never tried it, and the guy told me I was like, I'm gonna use a brush to apply this, and he's like, oh no, it's way too thin.
Oh no, that's a load of bollocks.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go in there and hit him.
Yeah. It's actually very good because it is thin. You know, I mean, obviously depending on how you like to paint, but
like the way he was describing it to me, I was like, oh, it must be like inks or something.
No. I haven't. Only because I've run out and I haven't bought any more, but I used to use it quite a lot. The metallics are really good. Gunmetal.
Yeah. I had some silver of that, but I figured that was the only one that did that. But I guess not. Yay! Like it's
something like this. Can't see it.
Yeah, a buddy of mine has that, and I've used it a couple times. And
this
I liked it.
This one's my favourite. I think the steel.
Okay.
So yeah, they're really good. Really good.
Yeah.
I've never put them through an airbrush, so you know.
Well, I like to hear that, given I don't have one, so and that's the only place I can get non-Citadel stuff.
Yeah, I'd have a word with your mate, and
So Jonny says it's bollocks, mate.
bollocks.
Paint with it.
Just go in there, no context.
Yeah.
Just yell at the guy. I don't even like trains. And then knock over some stuff.
Yeah. Oh, shit. That'd be amazing. Please do that.
Can't even play a game with this. Idiots.
Love it.
Yeah, and my next phone call would be from local jail.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we're all good.
Trying to write script on scrolls.
Oh.
Or rather, dangly tassel bits on a sanguinor.
Yeah.
What, you mean squiggly lines then? Little black squiggly lines?
That's the one.
Yeah, little dots and dashes and squiggles.
With a teeny tiny micron pen, because it's a lot easier than doing it with a paintbrush.
Yeah. That was funny yesterday because every time we get to the boss fight, the big room in the center, the guys just kick the ass off all of the of the actual the main big boss. They kill them before they even get to do any actions whatsoever. It was really funny. So Cameron used the genie spell on the Chaos Warrior.
Oh yeah,
that was there.
Smote his ruin upon the cardboard side.
It was you killed him, and I think Matt, you killed the Famir with the crossbow.
Yeah,
and
I kept forgetting I had that too. Because
yeah. And then they had like 2 lonely orcs at the end, and that was it. That was the only thing guarding the treasure.
Finale.
So, yeah, it was funny. Yeah, it's a good game here.
Did you guys not fight the gargoyle in the first?
Yeah, but they pissed it in because what was happening was I think I used the 1 wound for all of the monsters. That because like my edition is the UK edition, and I think the US edition had the multiple wound ones on it.
Yeah.
So that it only had one wound. So of course they just smacked it and killed it, and that was it. It was over.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It was,
Yeah, I didn't
it was
realize.
over before it even started.
I knew about the wound thing, but I didn't realize like other aspects of the game were so different. Or not different,
Yes.
I guess, but like,
Yeah.
you know, sort of tightened up or changed or whatever. Like the searching rules, like in my pamphlet, it's all like every different type of search is its own action.
Yeah, I'm
It's
wondering
kinda
whether,
fascinating.
and maybe someone else knows that, the history of HeroQuest, whether the UK had their edition first, and then the US was like a second edition to it.
Yeah, from what I remember reading, the U.S. came after, and it was sort of a. Some people thought the other one was too easy, so they made that one harder.
Right.
But the only thing I was aware of was the wounds change.
Gotcha.
So you,
There you go.
Josh, you was GM then, were you?
Yeah, mate. Jungjai GM Josh.
GM Judge, yeah.
Yeah, that was good. And David was the barbarian. We call him the barbarian now. Tools like Arnie, of course, with his muscularity.
Yeah.
And who else is it? Then we have Chris is the dwarf, and now Matt's playing the elf, and Cam's the wizard. So yeah, we've got a nice bunch of guys playing it now, which is great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Take you back to your childhood, mate.
Oh, and of course we've got Odin. That's Aaron, who's playing the GM now. So that's really good. So he's going to get his own set of dice, so he can roll the dice, and I just have to move all the models, and that's it. That'll be my involvement in the game, which is great. I much prefer that, and then that way, all the guys get to play.
Yeah.
So,
Are you filming it, or is it just as for fun?
yeah, I'm actually recording them now and putting them up on Patreon. So
They
people
got
can watch
Patreon.
the sessions there. Yeah, which has worked out well, I think.
Yeah,
So,
it's a nice thing to put up.
and I can't wait to do this with Matt and a few other guys. Is the Advanced HeroQuest Shattered Amulet quest? I'm really looking forward to doing that.
Yeah, I had only ever played Advanced HeroQuest solo, really.
Yeah, me
I
too,
never
mate.
dipped properly into the Shattered Amulet stuff.
Yeah, so that's definitely got to go get that started up at some point this year, and we'll have to start off by rolling up some characters for you guys once we get our party together.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, I would love to see a dwarf wizard in there. That'd be fantastic. What else can you have? Oh, you can have an elf wizard as well, I suppose.
Yeah, isn't the elf almost like his own class, like
Yeah,
basic?
yeah, his own
magie?
class. Yeah. Sorry, yeah. Basically, you need to roll.
sword kind of guy.
Yep, I think so. Yeah, once you roll up your attributes, you can determine what race you're going to be. I think, or what class. Sorry, no. I think you can either randomly roll your race, or you can choose your race, and then you got to roll up for your stats and see how terrible you are at something. Like I did with my guys when I ran it solo. I had the worst human knight paladin guy you could ever think of. Like he was just complete shit. He would die.
Figures,
yeah. The scab would just have to blow on him. He would just roll over and die. You know, it was that bad.
You need that meat shield of all the men at arms.
Yep, basically. And the wizard was the tank. The wizard was really strong. So yeah, it was a funny juxtapose there of characters. But yeah, mate, really excited about playing that again.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Love me Advanced HeroQuest.
Yeah, there's something I like about that system. It's
Yes,
very
me
granular
too.
compared to I don't know, even kind of Warhammer Quest sort of. At least vanilla, like out of the box, Warhammer Quest is very like the dungeons it generates, you know, are kind of a little goofy.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna ask Chris because he's got Warhammer Quest. Warhammer Quest to do one as well, to run a Warhammer Quest campaign with a group of us and playing it. I would love to experience Warhammer Quest as an actual campaign of sorts, as I've never really done that. So,
what came
sure Chris
first?
would love to do it.
What came first, Warhammer Quest or Advanced Warhammer?
Advanced HeroQuest did, yeah.
Sorry, Advanced HeroQuest as well.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the beautiful box there, Matt. That's a gorgeous looking set. That.
Oh, yeah, this guy.
Yeah, I love that. It's beautiful.
I wound up with a bunch of extra elves in here and goblins, surprisingly, as well. There's supposed to be 5
right.
of each race in here, but there's like 16 goblins.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow, cool. Awesome. I think this is I'm pretty sure Stuart Thomas painted all those samples in the back there, and this is kind of the second version of this box set, because I got the one before this. I got the original box.
Yeah, that one came with more guys, too. Like, it came with
10 of each,
I think, instead of, this one's 5. We're supposed to be 5.
Why they gave you 5 is just ridiculous. What the fuck are you going to do with 5?
No,
Exactly.
I mean, I'm sort of happy with the slow growth thing for the Warhammer Fantasy roleplay stuff, where it's like, I'll paint up 5 Skaven from here, and then use them in little skirmish situations and stuff. But and more for like dungeon encounters and junk like that.
So you got some war dances on the table, mate?
Yeah, I got these guys from Black Arrow, actually.
Oh, brilliant. Good on you.
Yeah.
Well done. Well, Scott will be very happy about that.
The Mega Hammer game map produced them, so I was like, I need some... Or specifically, it gave me sea elves, so I was like, okay, I'll do some war dancers and treat them as, elven scallywags or something.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure Scott is looking forward to the next rolling up on the chart of what else you will be fielding in the Mega Hammer map. What other treasures you'll need to buy?
Yeah, we've a friend of mine is running dwarves. I'm doing they're Norse by the book, but I'm giving them kind of more of a Celtic-y Conan Cimmerian vibe. So using a lot of the old barbarian minis and stuff for that, and some Victrix that I've wanted to use for a long time. Some ancient Germanics and stuff I'm gonna throw in there.
Nice, mate.
To bulk things out, yeah. And there's some Empire that's appeared on the map. Skaven as well. My friend who's playing the dwarves, when it got to the winter turn, on the event table, he rolled up Betrayal, and one of his fortresses was overrun with Skaven. So that's produced some Skaven on the board, which is kind of cool.
Cool.
And I got a buddy running who just started a Border Princes style faction on there.
All right.
So we'll see what happens.
Nice.
Well, Carnifex says that your volume's coming through so low, but I can hear you fine.
So let me see what I can do.
Don't know. I can hear you fine though, man.
Oh, okay.
That's better. You just went up a little bit then.
I did just crank up the
volume.
Yeah, the jams.
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah, says the person who hasn't been saying anything for ages.
It's lovely stuff, mate. Lovely old hammer there on that table.
Yeah, I've got some Ruglid's orcs and the
beautiful.
The archers I forget what they're called. They're over there and they're all covered up. Let me go see.
Yeah. Oh, so we've got like an armless war dancer.
Harboth. That's what it was. Sorry.
Ah, Harboth. Wow. Regiments of Renown. Yeah, nice. I'll have a look what Danny's working on here with his. Is this Dante, mate?
No, this is just some sanguinary guard, but it's their power swords, so I'm putting all the lightning effects going up them there.
Oh man, that looks sick.
Right. Yeah.
With a thin,
Now, of
teeny weeny
course-
brush.
Danny, you want to give yourself a plug, mate, for your commission painting?
Oh yeah, fair enough. It would be Cauldron of Paint and cauldronofpaint.co.uk, I believe. Yeah, you can go in on the website there and you can get see galleries and get a quote for anything you would like done. Obviously, not just Old Hammer. I will do other model ranges and everything like that.
Okay, mate, I'll put your link and also Johnny's link in the show notes. So you go down to the show notes in the video description and you can find the links to both your channels anyway. And I suppose you can contact Danny through Cauldron of Paint via the website, or I'll add another link in there as well.
Nice. Cheers,
If
mate.
you're
Yeah, there's
interested
usually,
in,
I think
commission
I
painting.
normally try and put a link to the website through the YouTube channel and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly, mate. They'll find you there. Yep, no problem.
Yeah.
And here's Johnny. What are you working on, mate?
Retonium.
Okay, good on you.
Just doing the base coats at the moment of his heraldry.
On the way hard.
Yeah. Slowly.
Sounds like an orc.
getting there.
Orc
Sacre
Bretonnian.
bleu.
Yeah.
Back on blur.
That too.
Yeah. I don't know French very well. Like a true Brit.
Does it? Can you do a Cantonar flying kick?
Oh, I could try. Yeah. So this one's going to be got obviously a red top with this sort of black and white stripe going on.
Yeah, that's
Those
cool.
pages.
And you want to plug your channel, mate?
Yeah, Johnny Watson Gaming. It's a lot of painting videos and some reviews and even some battle reports if you dig down deep enough. So
Yeah.
go check it out and say hi.
Now we spoke to, is it G Dog? Your mate G Dog?
Oh yes, my wingman.
Your wingman.
Yeah, well,
Um,
he features on the channel sporadically here and there. Yeah, he's done a number of battle reports with me. There's old G Dog. Yeah, he's a good gamer.
Yeah.
He's very talk about that. He's very knowledgeable with rules and stuff like that. I need someone like that because I'm terrible with rules.
Yeah. Here, mate.
They're pretty
I think I'm a little
obnoxious
bit like you.
sometimes.
What's that, Matt?
They're pretty obnoxious sometimes.
Yeah,
Rules.
I learn better by playing, and I need someone to sort of run it through me. Once I've done it once or twice.
I'm the same way. Yeah.
But I'm not one of those people who can sit and just read a rule book and go, right, that's what this means. Brilliant, I can do that.
Yeah, I need to actually involve myself in doing something.
Yeah. And quite often it means losing a couple of times and going, right, okay, that's what that rule does. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm the same. I'm a visual learner. I have to learn by doing it. I have to
Yeah.
like tangibly touch things and do it.
Yeah,
If
see
I
it
read a
happen
book,
and apply it and
can't do it.
stuff. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Which
Yeah.
pretty much sums up my schooling years, how badly that went.
Yeah.
I just can't study. Can't study, mate. Can't do it. And I think rule books and like math, like just simple mathematics, simple subtraction, addition, was done through wargaming, because I was as hopeless at school. I was just the lowest grade student you can think of. It's a complete dumbass. But I just loved art and technical drawing. They were the only two things I really enjoyed doing at school, because they were more of a physical thing, like just doing something rather than studying something. And the only way to learn.
Right?
Yeah, but wargaming was a good way of me reading books and having to learn things, because I just wasn't interested in anything else.
No, I get that. Like you say, you'll read something you're interested in, won't you? That's you go to school and there's sort of like not on your radar. You don't really care so much, do you?
No.
No, I get that, mate. But so that's what I'm like with rules as well. Very much need to play it to understand it.
And of course, now we're sort of putting that kind of not pressure, but emphasis on my son, to study and that kind of thing. So he's because my parents didn't do. I think they tried to do that with me, but it just didn't work. Unfortunately, I was always skateboarding or doing stuff.
Yeah.
Anything but homework or studying. So
yeah, I think it can be sort of genetics, can't it? Like if it's just not in your blood to want to do that, you won't.
Yeah.
No matter how hard someone tries to push you.
I think dudes kind of generally have that issue though. Like they're not really built to sit and read like that for a long time. They need to apply something or have some kind of activity, which is why everybody's on Ritalin now.
No, I agree with that. Now I've got three young kids, and the eldest is a girl, and the younger two are boys. And the girl, she'll come in from school, and she'll get a notepad out, and she'll carry on writing, and reading. She likes all that sort of stuff. But the boys have got no interest whatsoever. To get them down to do any sort of writing or practice, or because they're only young, so they're sort of learning the skills to write.
Yeah,
can't do it. So I think you're right there. It's the guys. It's generally, as a rule, they seem to not want to sit down and do that sort of thing.
Yeah, I know I didn't for sure as a kid. It just didn't work.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, very similar. But it's one of those things, you get through it and you get through life, don't you? And school isn't everything.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Mind you, I look back on those days and I think, shit, it was a pretty good life,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's a great life. I think it's probably one of the best times of your whole life, actually, in some cases. During your schooling years, how incredible. I thought I'd never say that, but yeah, it is. It's
it can be.
It's a really good time.
At the very least, they didn't have to pay rent or anything.
Because it's easy for them in that sense, isn't it?
Yep. You don't have all those stresses, and I sort of looked at that when I was teaching, because I had a lot of kids in high school, a lot of girls actually, and how happy they were and how free they looked. It's because they haven't gone through the treadmill of life, churn through all this shit. They're still in a really good place.
The meat grinder.
Yeah,
the meat grinder. That's it. That's the one I'm looking for. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, the only thing I would care about was where I was going on my bike.
Yeah.
And go blow, like $1 on a comic book and then not have any money for the week.
Yeah.
Those were the problems.
They were the dilemmas, eh?
Yeah.
Tough life. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it's a different story now, though, isn't it? It's always life pressures.
Yeah. But now I get to make foolish purchases on these tiny men.
Yeah,
so-
yeah. 'Cause yeah.
I couldn't do that then.
No, that's true. That is so true.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It's the
That's
guilt
why
of straight
bombs.
after you press buy. Oh no.
Oh jeez.
How do I hide this from the missus? That's my first question.
Nowadays, kids have to worry about sky bidai toilets.
Skibbity
or
toilet?
higher
What's
riz.
that?
Skibbity toilet. I don't know.
Yeah. My boy watches that shit.
What is that? What is skibbity toilet?
What is it, mate?
Okay, don't ask me to explain what it is because I can't really. One of them, hang on, a skibbity toilet. I think it's a toilet with a mannequin's head on top of it.
Huh.
Why?
Is it like an anime?
It's
Sounds like
it's animated.
Japanese.
Okay. Is it a show or a YouTube channel or something?
I don't know. It's on YouTube, but it's also on Roblox as well. Like he plays it on the PlayStation and stuff.
Ah, shit.
Oh, right.
So,
Sounds terrible.
Multimedia experience.
oh yeah. It looks. To be honest, it looks like absolute crap. If I'm being honest with you, I have no idea what it is, and it makes my brain hurt whenever he tries to show me it. But he seems to enjoy it, so good enough.
Yeah,
Go
sounds
for it,
bizarre,
kid.
if anything. Oh, yeah. So it's a toilet with a mannequin head on it. That's it. That's the premise of the show.
There are parts of it that involve that. There's big speaker head giants as well,
And it
stuff.
demands sacrifice.
All right.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Really, I think is the best way to describe it. To be fair.
Right, okay.
Oh, is it like a Gary's Mod thing?
I have no idea, mate. It's one of these things these kids are watching these days, and as much as I hate the fact it makes me sound old, I don't get it.
Oh, yeah. I'll sanction that as well.
Yeah.
Harumph.
Yeah. I really hate it as well when I realised I sound like my parents when I was watching something that my kids were watching. I was thinking, God, you kids watch crap these days.
This isn't music.
Yeah, you got music as well. Music sounds like crap these days. It's not
Yeah.
music, it's just noise. It's terrible.
Yeah. Oh, geez. I was watching a video on the Pokemon card craze in America. They released a new set of Pokemon cards or something like that at Costco.
Okay.
Right.
Have you seen that? It's fucking nuts, mate.
No.
I mean, these are grown men.
This is like a
Like
new
rolling around
thing
with a-
recently?
Fuck knows. They're obviously buying these things in large quantities to resell them. They're not buying them for their own purposes. They're buying them so they can resell it immediately on eBay. Or
Doing
Amazon
the Beanie Baby thing?
Yeah,
at huge inflated prices. So these idiots are like fighting over these boxes of Pokemon card things, whatever they are. Thank God I never got into that kind of stuff. It's just bullshit. I
No, I
don't
just
understand
missed
why people
Pokemon
do it.
when it came around for
Yeah,
me.
it's just like the Dragon Ball Z thing is another thing. There's just noise. Like, all I can hear is just noise. There's no story. There's nothing. It's people screaming at each other.
Oh man, I love Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
do you?
was going to say my middle child absolutely loves Dragon Ball.
I was when I was a kid, I used to watch it on the international channel because it came out in the 80s and it wasn't available in the States for a long time. But I somehow found it.
Yeah, we didn't get it over here until like pushing into the 90s before we got it, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
Here's a thing that'll make you queasy is we had America Online, right? which was a internet service provider thing, sort of, but it came with like software and everything, and like chat rooms and stuff. And when I was like 13 or 12 or 13, people used to play like role-playing games in those chat rooms, right? Because there was like a dice roller and stuff. This had to have been like 1996, 97. I started a Dragon Ball RPG thing in those fucking chat rooms, and it got to the point where there was like 100 people that joined, and I was like DMing the whole thing, and I just quit because it got to be too much. But there was a whole stupid virtual world that was going on just in text channels and stuff. Like I made up rules for it and stuff, and like different races you could be and shit, and like went super nerdy with it.
I don't even know what Dragon Ball is.
That's okay.
That's a good start. Yeah. It's basically what they hook you on pachinko in Japan. That's another sort of just noise type pokey machine kind of thing. That's what all these sort of animes remind me of. It's just it's basically
yeah, because all those pachinko machines have IP licenses, right? Like they've got Castlevania and all kinds of shit.
Yep, exactly, mate. Yep. Like Konami. Konami is a huge. Well, it was. I don't know how it is, what it is now, but that was a massive console game. But they also have a pachinko game, like part of their a department in their company that make all these machines and stuff like that for pachinko.
Yeah.
And I think they just dropped making games for making pachinko machines, which is just crazy.
Yeah.
I think anyway. But
I have seen some of those Metal Gear and Castlevania machines. Yep,
they're out there. So basically they get you hooked on the anime, and then they get you hooked on pumping coins into a stupid slot machine thing.
Mm-hmm. Not
it spits
pinball.
out little it spits out little ball bearings, and those ball bearings you trade in for toilet paper or something like that here. So yeah, I've never understood why.
Nice.
Because gambling's illegal, of course. So
yeah, that's right. Basically, pachinkos, they're like Japan's way of getting around gambling laws.
Yeah, basically, mate. Yeah, they basically you get like these little ball bearings in a cup, and you get all these ball bearings, and you trade them in for goods like tissue paper, toilet paper, I don't know, whatever. Deodorant.
Really?
Probably wouldn't go astray for some people, but yeah, apparently that's what they do. It's a bloody joke, mate.
Fascinating. Some of these mold lines.
Oh, that can't affect. In my day, we watched Bill Oddie hit people with black pudding.
Yeah, that was the good old days. Goodies, goody, yum.
Music is crap on purpose now. It's encouraged the moral degradation. Yeah. I'll go along with some of the tracks and some of the rubbish that my kids listen to. I'll go along with that. And we go, Carnifex Pachinko sunk so much money into animations. The Macross one is better than any cartoon.
Nah.
And apparently you can sell the toilet paper.
I like Macross.
There you go.
And Leanton says, isn't it you go sell the thing you win next door to a definitely not Yakuza run store?
Yeah, exactly. It's all run by the pachinko is all run by like Korean mafia apparently.
My wife was telling me the other day that one of these like tsunamis or earthquakes or combination of those in Japan, like the Yakuza did a better job of like supplying like blankets and help and all kinds of stuff than the government did.
Yeah, but at super inflated prices, that's the thing. That's
shit.
Oh yeah, mate. They're there to exploit it, mate. They're not there to help people. They're there to make money.
I'll go yell at her for leading me astray.
Yep. They're a bunch of C's ending with T's.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I had to think about that for a second. It was a joke grenade. It eventually went off.
I don't know why I should just say it. I'm an
You're a bunch
Australian.
of
It's my,
connect.
it's yeah.
It should be
just second
compulsory
nature to me.
for you. Yeah.
Carnifex can say it for me. He can say it.
Right, back in a minute. The cup of tea's empty. I need to refresh.
Oh, mate. Okay, go for it. Yeah.
I really do need to get a kettle and a little fridge down in this room.
That would be a good idea, mate. Yeah, why not?
I need to go revoke my Yakuza application.
And keep your little finger. I was watching something on YouTube about one of these guys who's like the kingpin of Akihabara in Japan here.
Mm-hmm.
He apparently runs the whole district. But he's like a young guy too, really young. But like his driver said, yeah, if you want us to take care of anybody, mate, you just let us know, because he's talking to this guy who's reporting with them. Yeah, if anybody gets you in trouble, let us know. We'll take care of them, but as in we'll get rid of them permanently, kind of thing.
Sleep with the fishes.
It's a funny world, mate. Funny world. So
It's about family.
yeah, mate.
So Matt,
But
whereabouts
how much is
Sorry, go on.
mate?
I was going to ask Matt whereabouts in the States he is.
South Dakota,
Okay.
which is northern middle of the U.S.
Right.
One state away from Canada.
Soon to be an American state by all accounts.
Yeah,
We were talking about that before. It's funny.
that'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
And freaking, what's the other one that they're?
Iceland.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Greenland, isn't it? Greenland.
Is it?
Oh, Greenland.
Okay.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
Just go on.
We were talking about with,
It's one of them
Scandinavian.
Scandinavians.
yeah.
just go on
Who's going to pay for that? Not Trump. He's not going to pay for it.
No.
It's funny though. It's you to laugh. I mean that's just why. It's gonna be a funny fucking 4 years. I can tell you.
Yeah, it's entertaining. It's already entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh shit.
It can't be any worse than over here in the UK anyway, so, you know.
Oh yeah. Let's not go there, Johnny. Let's not go there, mate.
Yeah.
Let's not go there, dude. Because yeah, I'm not British, but boy oh boy, it's an absolute shithole there. That they've living, that you know, that the country is sadly turning into. But I'm not going to go into it because we're not going to talk about politics. But yeah, it's not a good state of affairs for
Too
people.
late.
I feel sorry for Brits. Feel sorry for my good British friends. Hang in there,
Yeah, me
guys.
too.
Sanity will return. I'm sure.
God save the king.
Yeah, and all that. Bless him.
I'm gonna watch some British comedy today. I think I haven't watched anything for a while. I usually watch One Foot in the Grave. It's my favourite all-time
Which one's that one?
British sitcom.
That's a bloody old one, that one.
Yeah, I love it, mate. That's from the 90s, mate, because I love watching the 90s stuff when I'm doing my 90s things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Relevant.
if you've never seen it before, it's basically about a guy who retires at 60, or he's forced into retirement, early retirement, basically, and he goes absolutely nuts at home. You know,
Yeah.
not knowing what
Yeah,
to do.
he does,
loves
yeah.
working,
He can't
you
hack
know.
it, can
And he just can't get a job to save his life, or when he does get a job, it's just an absolute horrible shit show that he ends up quitting or getting fired from or whatever. And it's driving his wife up the wall as well. So it was really a show designed and made for the elderly.
Yeah.
Hence the 1 foot in the grave. It's basically just 1 foot, just from dying, basically.
Yeah,
The
ready to
the next
expire.
step is, death. Yeah, ready to expire. But it's a really funny show, really well written, brilliantly written. The guy who wrote that, and I forget who it was now, but the guy who wrote that show did an absolutely brilliant job, and the guys who did the acting in it were fantastic as well. So,
Yeah, he's dead now.
but, oh, he
The
died.
writer or the actor? Or...
Yeah, yeah, I think he's dead. Yeah.
Richard.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I think
Oh,
so.
that's a shame.
Unless someone tells me
Jeez.
otherwise in the comments, but I believe he is dead.
David Lynch died the other day. I was surprised.
Yeah, I know, mate. I was really gutted about that. Mind you, he had a good run though, because he was a chain smoker, and he died of emphysema.
Yeah.
He got it to 78, so I think he had a pretty good run at the end, mate. Really, he dodged a few bullets there.
Yeah.
So there's a comment here that says now it's called In the Grave.
I don't believe it. That's it, Matt. That's it. I don't believe it. Yeah, it was an absolute classic, that show. Yeah, so I'm going to watch that today. That's a good feel. That's a good feel show. That's when England was England, mate.
Yeah.
Proper England.
Oh dear. Yeah, what a show.
Yeah, Father Ted. Yeah, that was a good one.
Father Ted's awesome.
Yeah, Father Ted. Yeah, it's a good one too.
I hear you're racist now, Father. Tell me, how do you get into that sort of thing?
I think the best one that I can watch pretty much every time and find it brilliant is Only Fools and Horses.
Oh yeah, old Del Boy.
That is brilliant. That's brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was always a big fan of the Open All Hours. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love Open All Hours, mate. Yeah. My dad bought the because my dad would only watch ABC in Australia, so it's basically all the British TV shows that they would air there. But Open All Hours, he absolutely loved that, and he bought the VHS set when it came out and everything. And yeah, my dad would just howl with laughter on a weekend, drinking beer and watching it.
Oh yeah.
And I still watch it. I still watch it now. I think it's one of the greatest shows. Who was the guy who wrote it? It's bugging me now. Who's the guy who wrote it? I'm sure it's the same guy who did quite a number of different TV shows, and they were all really successful during that time. I'm going to find out.
Yeah, like Porridge and stuff like that.
Yep, he did Porridge and everything as well. That's it. Roy Clark was the guy who wrote everything or created it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, some good TV.
Yeah, mate.
I've always been a huge fan of Bottom and the Young Ones.
Bottom was good too. Yeah.
Danny, I went to see that live.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so good.
Awesome. Yeah.
So good.
Oh yeah. It was a very unique sense of humour, that one, I believe.
Yeah.
I would call Bottom. Yeah.
Toilet
Yeah.
humour, I called it.
Yeah.
Huh?
But
Toilet humour.
That's probably a little bit too polite for what Bottom was, to be honest.
Yeah, to be fair.
Bottom was brilliant. I was also a massive fan of Red Dwarf as well.
I love Red Dwarf.
That's a classic.
Still haven't watched all of it, but
It's really clever. I mean,
Yeah.
so it's because they really put a lot of sci-fi and science, actual sort of science into it to some degree, and then just turn it on its head.
yeah, it's just serious enough. Like it's got
Yeah.
enough in there to pull you in, and then goof all over it.
Then yeah, it's so good.
I can't believe Rick Mail passed away. Like so
know.
young.
Yeah. I was a heart attack. I was very, very surprised. He was quite young.
Yeah,
Only in
mate.
his, I believe, like 50, something like that. If that, I think.
Yeah, mate.
Genius, wasn't he?
Yeah, he certainly was. Yeah. So, but Blackadder was always the one I really loved as well.
Yeah.
Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah. Blackadder was amazing. I
That's
loved
one of
it.
my wife's
I mean,
favorites.
the first Blackadder was a little bit off, but it had Brian Blessed in it, which brought it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one was very much a concept, wasn't it? And then they found what worked, and they worked on that.
Yeah.
I think my favourite would have to be the Victorian one with Queen Elizabeth.
Yes, that was good too, wasn't it?
I think that would probably be my favourite Blackadder series.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, that would probably be right up there with it.
Yeah.
They were all good. They all got their best.
Yeah, the person. Who
the
wrote that again?
The final season of Blackadder, though, that last episode, like, talk about an ending.
Yeah, that's
where they finally go over the trenches and that lot, and it's like, I mean, man.
Yeah, it's heart wrenching. Yeah.
Ben Elton, that's it. Ben Elton. He wrote a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, Ben Elton and
during that time.
Rowan Atkinson did it. Yeah, together.
Yeah. Did you ever see that Ben Elton? Did you ever see the Ben Elton interviewing the guys at Games Workshop with Jervis Johnson and all that?
No.
Okay, I'll have to link you that. But there's he did.
Is that where they're talking about D&D and stuff?
That's the one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you'll have to put a link to that one so I'll have a look at that.
Yeah, and a few of them are having an actual little dungeon crawl session and stuff. It's cool. And they're talking about they're in the shop and they're talking about how annoying it is when people come in and tell them about their characters.
Yeah. That never changed, did it?
No.
All these nerdy guys coming and say, I've got this level 20 druid that can shoot, branches out its ass or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. He got into some trouble with the clerics of Middenheim, and then he went on to slay the dragon later, but he had a few issues with that as well. And it's like one of them does an impression of whoever. It's funny.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. It's funny, all right. Old Hammer Artwork YouTube channel.
Right, yeah, that's what it was. That's where I saw it.
He did quite a few of those videos of that time.
It's all scanned in.
Is it the Old Hammer Artwork channel? Let me go and find it, mate. Turn this heater off. It's cooking me alive in here. Let's have a look. He hasn't posted anything for a long time.
No.
Old Hammer Art.
There's a good one from the BBC as well for Games Day, like right around that time too, where they're talking to Gary Gygax.
Yep, that's right. Yeah.
That I saw recently.
Original Old Hammer artwork. That's what it is. Oh. I'm not sub to him? That's weird.
How dare you?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe his channel got deleted.
The Old Hammer artwork guy?
Yep.
Huh.
Maybe that's why. He just took down the channel, maybe. I can't find it at all. That's a shame. Oh no, here it is. Andy Smith. Maybe he changed the name. Andy Smith. Yeah, this is it. That's right. This will blow you away, Danny, when you see this one.
What's that?
I'll share it in a minute, mate. I'll see if it works. I don't know if it's going to work, basically, but at least you can see the screen. Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Does it play video?
Yeah.
Yeah, with audio too.
Filmed in 1984. Fucking hell, I was 3 years old.
I was 10 years old, mate. Yeah, great stuff.
Have you ever felt unexciting, bored with yourself, not a very interesting person? Of course you have, but you don't have to. You can change, become someone else, assume a new personality, get into role-playing. A lot of people do these days, and despite the fact that we on South of Watford are all terribly exciting people already, we thought we'd take a look.
Rad.
J.R. Tolkien's to blame, really. So many people enjoyed Lord of the Rings with its mythical world of heroes and wizards that they wanted to live there too. So the game makers obliged. You can play RuneQuest, in which you have to fight some dwarfs and trolls in the magical land of Glorantha, or you could play Chivalry and Sorcery, in which you have to, well, do much the same thing. And then there's Stormbringer and Powers and Perils and Lands of Adventures. You get the idea. And this is Dungeons and Dragons. In it, you join a group of adventurers exploring a monster-filled dungeon. It's the world's #1 fantasy game, and they're going to sell 40,000 this year in the UK alone. But why? When you open it, it doesn't look like an ordinary game at all. There's no board, no little plastic counters or hotels, just some funny-shaped dice and a book of rules. So what's the fascination?
Well, the main fascination about these, forget about all usual games like Monopoly and all that junk. You know, you can throw away your board, throw away your hotels, throw away everything that you really know beforehand, because we're not having a competitive game, because most games are like pretty predictable. You march around a board and you know much what's going to go on. Here, you are totally involved in your world of monsters and magic. You've got to imagine yourself in a world of monsters and magic. What kind of character do you want to be? Do you want to be a hero? Do you want to be a fighting man? Do you want to be a magic user? Do you want to be a cleric? You can be any of these things depending on certain abilities like strength, intelligence, constitution, dexterity, wisdom. So you build up this alter ego that's going to go on this fantastic journey. For example, you know, you're walking down this dungeon's corridor. Suddenly you come across a doorway and it's got a keep out sign written in blood in it, and you can hear scratching and sniffing sounds coming from the other side of the door. And there's a troll walking down the corridor towards you. What are you going to do, you know?
It does sound extremely complicated.
Yeah. Well, it is actually, if you're coming to it cold. I mean, look at the size of the rule book. I mean, there are literally things, but most of it's reference material, but it needs someone who actually knows what they're doing. So the best thing you can do really is just to have a game. That's the best way to understand it.
All right, lads, well, I'm game for a dungeon. What do we do first?
Well, first thing we've got to do is get ourselves a character. Now, I'm big and dumb in my game, so this is me, the big, because I like to kick open doors and smash everything in sight.
That's your character,
That's
is
me,
it?
yeah,
It's a perfect likeness. What's the name of it?
His name's Amvar the Face Splitter.
The Face Splitter.
Yeah.
God.
Right, fine. What are you?
Well, I like to use a magic user. Magic users have to use more intelligence than fighters.
But they can't split so many
Very
faces.
Yeah.
Right,
So
so
they
you're
can use magic spells.
you're
So
a
this
wizard.
is Son of Crew, the wizard. He's got a long history, Son of Crew.
well, I'm small, bearded, clever, TV presenter. What does that suggest?
Well, that sounds a bit like a dwarf, but in Dungeons and Dragons, only females have got short beards. You see, all the male have got,
They've got longer beards.
long things down.
All right, well, so female dwarfs have short beards. I'll be a woman dwarf.
Female
Right
dwarf.
on.
Okay.
Okay. I'll be a female dwarf. Let's start.
Now, before we can do that, the first thing we need is a dungeon master.
Oh man.
There's more to Dungeons and Dragons than just getting out the box. It takes hours and hours of preparation by the person who's running it. Albie, I believe I'm in the presence of a dungeon master here. Could you tell me what your rank means?
Well, in terms of the game, it means that when we play in my dungeon, I run the game. I control all the characters that the players aren't playing. I set up the whole adventure. I plan out the rooms of the dungeon that they're exploring. I note down what's in them. And anything that isn't one of the players' characters, I control.
So with Ian's mates playing the other adventurers, the game commenced.
Our own abilities.
Yeah.
Mine's usually, brute force and ignorance. This is good against all the undead monsters, and there's Steve with his magic use of spells.
And mine's just general dwarf power.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you're a fighter.
Yeah, right. I am Anthrax the fighter.
That's right.
Right.
Okay, so it's up to you to tell me what you're doing. There's a door at the end.
Yeah.
So we've got to
Open
decide
this
what we want
way.
to do. See, we're playing roles. We've got to decide. You've got to imagine yourself in the
So
shoes
there's
of your
accents and
character.
things.
Well, if you want, you can go.
Hey, go try it for the door because it looks pretty boring up this corridor. So I'm going to be an old female dwarf, right? Okay.
We'll be right behind
Well,
you.
I'll take it.
We'll be backing you up. No,
But I'll go through the door, all right?
Okay.
So,
Okay, well, you get to the door, you've got to open it.
There you go. We don't know. You have. No, don't do that.
You've gone in.
I've gone in.
Do you want
The
us
door
to come and
slams
help
shut.
The door slams. No,
Behind
because you told me I could sense a trap if I was a dwarf. So I thought I was.
Yeah,
safe.
you can
There
sense
isn't a
it,
trap.
but you're stuck in the
But
room.
you've just stepped into the room.
Yeah.
you
Fighting
can sense
already.
the trap.
All right. No, no.
Hang on, I'll tell you what happens. This is what you can. This is what you see
Gaming, isn't it?
in the room.
We don't see anything.
Yeah.
We're shouting.
Yeah,
You
we're-
all right there?
You hear.
And do I shout and tell them
You
what's
hear the
going on?
sounds of fighting, and there are two female dwarves, absolutely identical, fighting each other.
Oh no, which is which?
Oh, I see.
And across the end of this room is a mirror. So if we have another dwarf, imagine they're absolutely identical,
Absolutely identical.
and they're in the middle of the room fighting here, and there's a mirror across there.
I try to detect to see if one of the characters is evil and the other one is good. Since I know that.
You know me to be good.
So he cast his detect spell. What are you doing?
Watching the rear.
You're watching the room. You got a nice friendly wizard there.
Yeah. So,
There's just a mirror
I
across
know,
the end
a
of the
Mirror,
room.
a mirror. Oh.
I'm not allowed to say.
You do whatever you're
Can I
doing.
shout and tell them what's happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we can see what's happened.
Well, you can't. My reflection has jumped out of the mirror and is attacking me.
Simultaneously, two dwarves say that.
Yeah.
Aha! Damn, I
Maybe I'll always come along and have a look. Maybe we should destroy the mirror and maybe we'll destroy the reflection. How about that?
Can I nick his idea and instead of striking at my reflection, swing away and strike at the mirror?
Well, you can actually reach the mirror. You can run down to the mirror.
Are they both going to do that?
I'm going to run. No, because the reflection is acting independently, or else it'd be just mirror fighting.
Yeah.
8 and a 3, 11.
No, it's just 8. But yeah, you smash the mirror,
I smashed the mirror.
and one of the dwarves fades away.
Hey.
But sensing no danger, I'm going to lead the party out.
What with all this chat, it's no wonder that exploring a really good dungeon can take months. Some players who've tried Albie's dungeons haven't seen daylight for years. So what was in store for this plucky little dwarf?
No,
Sick burn.
A net drops from the ceiling
A net.
over you simultaneously.
Well, like a hairnet.
No, a big heavy rope net. A secret door here opens up.
Secret door.
And
There's a lot of little people, and there's about 18 of these creatures charging off up the path, sort of dragging this trolley with the
Are you going to
dwarf
run
on it.
after?
18 of them.
You've got to catch
sleep
them.
spell.
They're already kind of about sort of 30, 40 foot up.
Well, I've been captured by these little oiks here, and I've just been told I've been shipped off to a mine on another planet to work my life away in misery, and unless my friends here can come and rescue me. Apparently this sort of thing's happening all the time in D&D, and right across the country at the moment. There's elves in prison, stuffed up chimneys, dwarfs nailed to the floor, all sorts of disasters, and all waiting for a rescue. And I've also just been told that this game goes on for years sometimes, so I suppose I better just sit back and wait it out, really.
You hear some footsteps coming from this direction.
we'll run off down the corridor and let's go.
Help!
Sorry, Ben. Goodbye.
Of course, if you get bored with waiting for your mates to come and rescue you, you can always play on your own with one of these solo role-playing books. The pirate draws his cutlass and advances towards you. Turn to page 25 if you want to fight, or page 16 if you want to run away. I think I'll turn to page 16. Of course, you don't have to be stuck with sword and sorcery. You can be a gangster, a gunslinger, a samurai warrior, a golden hero, Judge Dredd, or Doctor Who, James Bond, Mr. Spock. These games boldly go where no game has gone before. But meanwhile, back on Earth, role players still seem to hanker most after monsters and magic. It's number one on their shopping list.
Can I have 6 giant rats, please?
What do you want? Regular ones or the mega rats, the big ones?
Big ones.
We've only got 3. Is that right?
Yeah, I have to do it.
Okay.
I'll have to do.
Got those.
And have you got any severed heads?
We've got human ones and goblin ones.
Can I have the human ones, please?
Okay.
How long have you been running this shop?
Just over 4 years now.
How long have you
Since
been
beginning
selling
of
severed
1980.
heads to minors?
How's it changed over the years? How have the fans changed?
A lot. It's a lot more accessible now. In the beginning, it was the ultimate cult game. Dungeons and Dragons started this shop, basically.
Have you ever had somebody come in here and want to tell you about the death of their character and you've got to react
All
like their
the
mum does?
time. All the time. We call them frothers. And they do. They come in and they froth at the mouth about their adventures. And you sit there and it's great because, I mean, I have run a game myself and you know what they're talking about, but it's a bit like being told about a movie that you're not interested in seeing. And they'll come in and they'll tell you weekend after weekend, mostly Saturdays, they'll come in and they'll tell you what happened to their favorite character and you nod. Yeah, it's great. But you've heard it all before.
Well, my favourite character is Denrick's Deathblade. He's a Shmakti Rune Lord priest. Well, the upshot of that is he's a fairly powerful character in the system. He's competent with any form of assault or dagger.
Terry Higgins' father.
He's totally incompetent with anything else. Because he was gassed by Humac, that's the god he worships, that he was not to use any other weapon other than occult weapons, which are swords and daggers. He wears armour in 3 locations, on his head, chest and one arm. And again, he was gassed by Humac not to wear it in all the other locations. But in return for these guesses, I got various gifts also from Humac. Like I raised my intelligence and I raised my con.
He's only
So it made me
on
a better character in some ways, but weakened me in others. I'm not a particularly wonderful person, but I enjoy playing someone else who's got different abilities than I have.
Is he married?
No, he's single at this stage.
Is there relationships in role-playing games?
Oh, yes, definitely. Well, one of my followers is cute and female and just shorter than I am.
So you're hoping for...
Oh, no.
There's only one reason why I acquired that follower.
You play them both?
Oh, yes,
Sounds like playing with
definitely.
yourself, mate. Okay.
Fine.
Let's move on to the next page.
Then there's Mark, my last follower, Mark Widowmaker, with his sword, the Black Warrior. Oh, yes, Humactis tend to give whimsical names to certain things, like Denrick's spirits are called Slice, Slash, Slay, Slew, Slain, Sever, and I can't think of a name for the last one. Denrick's is a person of limited intelligence.
As you can see, it's tougher getting away from a frother in full flight than escaping from a dungeon full of slime suckers.
There you go, guys.
Great.
Amazing.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Yeah. Don't make them like that anymore, do they, eh? The frothers.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be getting laid anytime soon either. That's for sure.
Sadly, there's loads of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it? Bleentron's not wrong. So I just wanted to loot the shelves of that shop. Yeah.
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 Tell you what, if there's one thing I'd like to invent a time machine for, it just to be go back in time to when Games Workshop were making all the lead ones, and just have just a day in the factory where they made the models, and just kick everyone else out and no, come back later. I'll be done in a minute.
Yeah, doing an inspection.
Yeah. Vital quality control. I have to take this home later as well. You won't see me again for another 30 years. Bye.
Yeah, later on in your mansion.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Ben Elton couldn't wait to get out of that place. After all that.
That's how my wife feels when she comes to the doorway of my room. She just thinks she's going to get, like that guy said, trapped in someone's dungeon and never come out again. Maybe that's what she feels.
Yeah. I'm sure that's how my missus feels when me and a mate start cracking on with it, going really in depth in all the fluff conversations and all that sort of stuff. I'm sure she just sits there like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Oh, that's a bit of light entertainment. I think next time we'll have the goodies or Blackadder on there. There's a like a break interlude. I thought that was a good idea when you go for a break or whatever.
Yeah.
Make a cup of tea.
Yeah, here, watch this.
Blackadder or something. Yeah, watch that. Some frothers in Hammersmith.
Let's take a quick froth.
Yeah. Well, I've never been a role player. I think role playing just bored the living shit out of me. But I do love the second edition AD&D books, all that kind of stuff. I love first edition Warhammer. Had more fun with that one. I think that's probably my favorite one.
I made my own little printouts of the first edition little black books. Just did some solo runs of those just to see what it was like. It's pretty neat. I like the really leaning into the adventure aspect. Like I always used role playing games too to like trick people into wargaming, kind of.
Yeah. I think it all really depends on the game master, and I think when we were teenagers, it just wasn't a really immersive experience with the people we were playing with.
Yeah.
So it makes a big difference, I think. So I'd like to try it again at some point.
Well, I think when when the rules started to lean further and further away from the wargaming roots and from the, named level fighter gets to build a castle and gets to recruit 100 men and all that stuff. I started to get once it started to become like soap opera stuff, I was like, nah.
Yeah. Guys, going well. 2 hours and 26 minutes.
Doing good.
You're making any progress?
Yeah. Getting this guy done.
I am cleaning mold lines, which is my least favorite thing.
Oh, I can't stand doing that.
Yeah.
Some people enjoy it. Some people say it's therapeutic. No, it's not.
No, not till I get to the highlighting stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Generally, I'm kind of start to get impatient sometimes.
Yeah. Base coating is an arse.
Yeah, I must confess I'm one of those weirdos that finds building the models quite therapeutic and filling in gaps and filing off the mold lines and things like that, mate. I kind of do. I think it's a throwback from the scale modeling days.
Makes sense.
Hey Matt, do you want to talk about your game development?
Oh sure, yeah, I'll do some frothing.
If you like, because I can play that video clip of yours, which I watched yesterday, which I thought was very funny.
Oh yeah, thanks, man.
Grab that one. Yeah, I'll grab that. Have a look.
I'll probably
on my Discord.
Be more effective than me explaining it.
maybe better. Yeah, you're right. Let's go. Let me have a look.
There's this guy, and you get a sword sometimes, and you hit him with it. The bad guys, it's cool.
Yeah, it's really good. I really found it very entertaining. Let me just...
Excuse me.
Let me get this up and running.
I think I may need some green stuff on this guy's hand that broke off. Doesn't look like he's wearing a shirt, so maybe I have to give him a little, like a bracer or something.
Yeah. Okay, prepped and ready. This show on the road. To share this screen so people can see what we're talking about. Oh, bloody mouse. Just do what I say, you twat. Okay, can you see this screen?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So this is Matt's game he's working on.
Out of the mists and shrouded memory of prehistory comes a man. Brow wreathed in the blood of the slain, the trophies of the doomed heaped upon his name. And his power, placed in the palm of your own hands. Planet Tobor brings you an action-adventure the likes of which you've never seen. Explore an open world full of mystery and danger in new, breathtaking, barbaric processing. Engage enemies and terrifying creatures in fierce, positional, and skill-based combat. Arm yourself with the weapons and gear of legend. Level up to increase your power. Forge new equipment and gain the favor of the gods. Subscribe to the Planet Tobor Megadex to get access to tips, tricks, and all the latest codes to help you become the barbarian and bring the Argeshi Empire to its knees. Get your loincloth. Get tough. Get revenge. Get savage, the Shard of Gosen. Coming soon to your home computing system. Swords, sorcery, revenge, savage, the Shard of Gosen.
Product rated B for barbarians only.
Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, that's quality.
That's cool. Yeah, I like that. That was great.
Thanks, man.
Nice, man. Yeah, I hope it goes really well for you, mate. Is it still in development, this game?
Very slowly, yes.
Right.
So are you creating it, or are you actually writing the code yourself, or
Sorry, say again?
are you writing the code and stuff for it, or developing it yourself, or is it like a team?
Yeah, it's solo effort.
Nice. Yeah.
All the little
That's taken a
pixel
long
art
time.
music and
Sorry, say that again.
no, yeah, all the everything is my fault in there. all the problems, and that's why it's taken so damn long too.
But in a good way.
Right. Yeah. But so Matt, my understanding is that people can jump in as a like a beta tester for the game. Is that right?
Yeah, it's in early access, so you can,
Right.
buyer beware. It's not finished, but
Okay.
so still hacking away at it. But
Is it designed to be on consoles, or is it like an app, or?
you're supposed to play it with a controller.
Yeah.
I would like to put it on like proper consoles, but right now it's just PC.
Yeah.
Only. But yeah, it's supposed to play like you could play it with mouse and keyboard if you want to as well, but ideally you've got a gamepad you can plug in and stuff.
Yeah.
And all that. The barbarian in the trailer is he was my personal trainer I asked him, and he was like this buff dude. Obviously, he's like ripped.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, can I buy some garbage on Amazon and put a wig on you and stuff and make you kill some skeletons?
Take you to my dungeon?
Yeah. Can I froth at you? Can I bring you over to my apartment and froth at you for a few hours?
Yeah. Jeez. Well, I'm glad he said yes.
Dress you up in this highly appropriate outfit I bought for you.
Yeah. Don't tell your wife.
Yeah, she might like it.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Fabio. Oh, Fabio.
Yeah. He was a cop, too. He was a personal trainer and a cop.
I was going to enforce the law on someone out there with a body like that.
Yeah, I hope he like wore that costume out while he's on patrol, you know?
Yeah.
Scare a few people anyway.
Yeah.
Just kick down some doors. What sorcery is this? Buy crumb. That's a lot of cocaine.
You slut.
You slut.
I love that line on that.
Yeah. They were sluts.
Just yeah. It doesn't get any better.
And he punches the camel.
Yeah. Oh, is anybody still awake and watching us? Or are we just doing this on our own? Love the advert. Oh, that's nice of Matt. Even Tim said, excellent stuff. That's nice, eh? And historical doppelganger, brilliant. Yes, it was. I think so.
Yeah, definitely trying to go for that HeroQuest commercial, and the there were a few other ones like that back in the day, like Wizards and Warriors was a video game advert that was like that, with a child being accosted by a barbarian in his home.
Yep. Yep, Jonny never stops painting those Bretts. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
He certainly doesn't. It's a machine.
I've got to get them done.
Yeah, mate.
Let's take to the field.
Absolutely.
Now, Matt, you have, like, I've just found out this recently, you have what's called Mega Hammer. Can you tell us more about what this ambitious project is all about?
Yeah. Oh man, I get a double froth.
Yeah.
So we're only really just started, but I'd been doing a lot of reading about Tony Bath. He was a guy in the 60s who ran a Hyborian campaign, so Conan's World, where people were playing by post a lot, but so they'd submit him orders and stuff, right? And he had a time scale and everything, so that every turn sort of took up a week in game time and all this. Same thing with the original, you know, like Gary Gygax and Dave Arneson, the D&D guys. They all did a lot of wargaming, and then were well versed in that sort of play where you have a bunch of parties and armies and stuff kind of running around a game world, and connecting it all with a time scale, so that you could keep track of everybody, and everybody would, you know, sort of feed into each other, and inform what was happening in the campaign world. And Mega Hammer is you know, taking a bunch of that stuff and injecting it into Warhammer Fantasy Battle 3rd Edition. So we're using the Mighty Empires campaign system to generate the map and to move the armies around and stuff. And also using Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay to generate characters and stuff. And like if people want to go on dungeon crawls or whatever, or do any of the smaller skirmish scale stuff, they can do that in that system. And then if a fight breaks out on the map, you know, then we switch to Warhammer Fantasy Battle.
Quality.
So that's That's Mega Hammer in a nutshell.
Mega hammer.
Yeah.
It's not just your regular hammer. It's
No.
mega hammer.
Not
Yeah,
normal
that sounds
hammer.
great. Now you have to paint some armies for 3rd edition fantasy when you do the big battles. Is that right?
Yep.
That's what you're sort of doing.
And that's that's part of it too. Is I've got a lot of this stuff sitting around that I haven't painted in generations. So this is a good excuse to kind of start getting it all done. And I mean, the army aspect of it is going to be slow growing, sort of. It's like, okay, whatever we've got painted, we can field, can sort of construct an army around that. But
or you could go really old hammer and make some or find some paper cutouts. To
exactly,
represent
yeah, that may have to happen here and there.
Yeah.
Where you're using the little chits and stuff.
Yep.
Glue some images onto the bases, move them around that way.
Yep, I think that's a good idea too, mate.
Yeah, we want to plug Manowar in there too.
Yeah, you got to plug Manowar in there, mate.
Yes, it demands it, I think.
Well,
it
at
would
least
be
we've
mega
got
hammer
enough.
without it, would it?
No, you're right.
We've got enough people with enough collections of Man of War that run this kind of stuff remotely anyway, like Cameron and Chris and myself. So yeah, we can easily do that. That's no problem.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, and it's, I mean, given that everything is tied to a time progression, like it's very modular, like people, and that's one of the reasons I'm using a 1-to-1 time scale, which basically means whenever no play is happening at the table, like if a session isn't, currently going or something, for every 1 day that passes in real life, 1 day passes in the game world. So you can have a character or something that goes on a month-long adventure or whatever, and you just mark on the calendar, okay, he's doing this for a month, and then, he'll be available then. So you can have people come and go and, drop in and out and stuff, and do downtime activities or whatever. They can plot and scheme in their fortress. And that gives me as a GM too to kind of let the game world breathe a little and like, oh, what are the Skaven up to? Let me see,
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, have it do it to get back to your point. It can all be done remotely, obviously, and if somebody wants to run stuff, by all means, yeah, that sounds cool to me.
Yeah, mate. That means that you don't have to do everything. You don't have to have everything.
And that's one of the things too, is there's like people who are in charge of regions, like they're running armies and they're kind of building out their region. Like my friend Mark did this. I had him DM some stuff or GM some stuff because I'm like, I don't know what's over where you're developing. Tell me about it, and we'll have an adventure over there. And I'm just sort of there to kind of adjudicate everything. Like if anybody has a problem or questions or and run the fog of war stuff too. Like the people moving armies around the board don't necessarily know where the other armies are. They know where locations are and stuff, but they don't know who's on the march where until they meet up on a hex, and I'll tell them. They'll submit orders. It's like, I'm going to do this and this and this, but if I run into an enemy army, these are my orders. Either run away or scout them, retreat, or fight them. Like commit to a battle.
Yep. Gotcha. Well, it sounds like that will be like a never-ending, endless kind of game system that could go on for years, basically.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah. What have you created here, man?
Yeah.
But sounds
it's like
fun.
Dragon Ball Z and the AOL chat rooms all over again.
Yeah.
So it's actually infinite hammer.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Fibonacci spiral hammer or whatever.
Cool.
But the Mighty Empires campaign system has done a great job of generating little adventure hooks and stuff.
Yeah,
because it's got the seasonal event table and all that stuff, and then you throw in some of the stuff from like Citadel Journal and the White Dwarf articles that expanded on it and everything, and you get like random generation of factions and stuff that you can run into instead of just bog standard independent city states or whatever that don't like you. It's like, well, why don't they? Oh, because they're worshippers of Cain. That's why. They're evil fucks.
Yep, exactly, man. Evil sluts.
Those sluts.
Oh, fuck.
Ooh, somebody hit a guitar.
I just whacked one, threw my paint on the floor.
Oh no.
Don't do that, mate. Don't do that. We're all reasonable here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because you're angry about the air. Was it the airbrush paint?
Yeah.
I've used that airbrush paint for years, dude. I've used that for years as an oil paint. It works perfectly. So
yeah.
You can tell them it's full of bollocks, mate. You're full of bollocks, Jonny says.
So what are you using those Bretonians in?
War, 5th edition or 4th or the Old World.
Nice.
Probably to start with the Old World because my mate is playing it at the moment. So, but they're all based as if they're going to be playing 4th or 5th.
Yeah.
I haven't properly played Old World yet. I have the books, or the core books. I have the core books, but I haven't actually done anything yet.
Nor have I played it yet, but by all accounts, I think Bretonians are quite dirty.
The Linehammer thing scares me a little bit.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I think it depends on how you play. I suppose if you're playing competitively, then maybe that might be a problem. But to be honest, I won't be playing any competitions or anything. So
no, I never have.
So I'm not too fussed about that. I'll just play as I play.
Yeah. That's just a really funny oversight, kind of, or intentional. I don't know if it was intentional or not, or what.
Well,
but it seemed.
I'm surprised they haven't sort of FAQ'd it, but maybe they meant to do it.
That's what I'm thinking at this point, right? Because it's like, well, you know it exists, and
yeah,
it seemed kind of deliberate. I don't know.
Well, like I say, it must be to some degree. Because basically you can be miles away and still be hitting the unit, can't you?
Yeah, line 100 dudes, and then they all get to like one person could be attacking that unit, right? And it's like
absolutely.
Yeah, it makes the dwarves pretty strong because they're like a static gun line, and they just shoot. When they come into combat, they all get to hit, So it makes dwarves pretty strong. Well, it sounds like it anyway.
What I think what's happening as well, there's times where you can reform your units. So what people are doing are, I think they get into combat, they lose the combat, they get a fallback or whatever it might be, or something like that, and then they reform it on that moment to a big line. So when they next fight, they're hitting with about 40 attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a bit gamey.
Yeah, it's wacky.
But I'm not too sure why I've done that. And obviously, dragons are very much the meta that people seem to be taking these armies with.
Yeah.
Dragons. I mean, to some extent, Josh, it's kind of like Herohammer. Which is obviously sort of that 4th edition feel, because those sort of characters are very overpowered.
But I will say, in its defense, I think it's more Herohammer for me because people didn't really field many dragons back in the day.
Oh yeah, no, the dragons.
Now it seems like a very commonplace type of unit people field in the old world, and in multiples, not just one. It's like 2 or 3.
Absolutely,
So,
and that is why the Bretonians are very strong, because they have one of the couple of characters or magic items or whatever that can just dispatch their dragon in one go. So that's why they've become very popular. So then the meta sort of is going up and down as people, found the dragons were really powerful. Oh, actually, if you use this army, you can get rid of them. So it's sort of to and fro at the moment. I think it's still finding itself. And obviously, it's still got a load of armies still to come out. So they're obviously going to make things bigger and better to get you to buy it.
Yeah.
But no, I'm looking forward to trying it out. But I do very much want to play sort of 4th or 5th with these guys. That's what they've been built for.
That's where I started.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I never did get to play much of it though, but that's where I started with it.
Yeah.
Well, that whole changing of formation is actually from 3rd edition.
The changing of what? Sorry.
You can change formation as you move. That's a 3rd edition mechanic.
Yeah. And I think they've taken a couple of things from 3rd edition. In some respects.
That's what it sounded like to me. Yeah, with the falling back in good order, or outright retreat or whatever. There's a lot of different states that you can be in.
Absolutely, they've definitely taken some stuff from,
and I like that a lot.
They've taken things from all of the editions, and
it's like a casserole, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what they've done. For good or for bad, but I haven't played it yet, so I can't really comment as to whether it's a good game.
Yep, I can't pass judgment either because I haven't played it. So.
A lot of people are saying they really enjoy it. I mean, it seems to be a general consensus that it's a fun game generally, with obviously with its problems. But then I think they've all had their little problems, haven't they? Each edition.
Yeah, 3rd edition as well. Of course, there's a lot of strange stuff in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know how much I like the advanced move in that either. As opposed to it's like an advanced movement phase, so it's instead of marching or running or whatever. Say again.
Yeah. I think that's a 3rd edition thing, a reserve move. It's a
yes, exactly. Like I don't know how much I like that as opposed to like you could just have a unit run as opposed to moving them again in another move phase.
Yeah, and the biggest change, isn't it, is the magic, the way they work the magic.
Right. It's like anywhere it can happen at any time or whatever.
Basically, the different spells can be done at different type of spell can be done in a different type of phase. So a running like a spell where it's sort of combating would quite often happen during the combat phase, for example, or something like that. So,
right.
And it's just sort of a 2d6 roll, hit your target with some modifiers and.
Hit so it's quite casting number or whatever.
Yeah. So it's quite. It's not like the old ways where you'd either have a dice pool or the cards card game sort of thing. So it's definitely changed, but there's a lot of people saying they don't like it, and there's a lot of people saying they do like it. So again, it's one of them.
Yeah.
Don't try it.
Yeah, give it a go, mate.
I'll report back.
You'll be a roving frother reporter on Old World. How good it is.
I'll froth about it. Yeah. Probably because I've lost.
See who tries to sleep with who.
Yeah.
I think the thing that I just dislike about the whole thing about this Old World is that it's a FOMO thing where someone wants to get into it, but then you can't buy anything for it now because it's already been and gone. I think that's a real blow. I think
I was really upset about the trolls coming and going because I always wanted those, and then seeing them come back, I was like, oh yeah, and then I was like, I thought they were you could get them.
I think that's a recipe for
Josh, do you mean with like basically the actual models themselves? They sort of they bring them out for a period of time, and then suddenly they've gone again.
Well,
Exactly.
it sounds like to me as if the game stores don't have stock. They release it to the stores, and if you can't get it at your store, or if you can't get it somewhere, you just can't get it. And I think that's it's kind of a recipe for failure from the start. For me,
They do a lot of like made to order, don't they? So it's basically online. You can only get some of these things online.
Right. Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about. Was that, and it was
that
there
as well.
there for a couple weeks and then gone.
Yeah, and they do seem to do that.
That I can sort of kind of understand, because it's like a very niche thing of metal models that some people would want to buy and some people don't, and
yeah, it makes sense.
And it should be comes in and goes, and that's fine. But if you've got the core rules that are like that is just like it's here now and it's gone tomorrow.
I don't think the core rules are done like that. I think it's just stocking.
Are they? Oh, okay. Yeah. Right, just stocking problems, is it? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's. They're not sort of saying, "Oh, you can't get it anymore." It's just it might be that it's just been sold out because they've run out of stock and they've got to get a reprint and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, definitely for a time it was very hard to get just the core book.
Yeah, it was. Right. It was. One thing you'll notice on their website though is that they've turned it. It's technically under their specialist game system.
Yeah.
Systems, but they've actually now moved it up to the main set of games. So if you look, it's now sort of up with 40k and AOS, whereas originally it was never on the main banner. So they're obviously taking it much more seriously. They've obviously done a lot better than they thought they would.
Okay. Well, that's good then.
Yeah. No, and like, anything that it promotes the old world for me, it's a good thing, really, because it is travesty they got rid of it in the first place.
Well, anything that promotes just tabletop miniature gaming is a boon, I think, because
absolutely.
Let's face it, we're if you look at the demographic of age-wise of people in this hobby, it's not getting much younger, No, so absolutely. Anything that promotes it, I'm happy with, because otherwise you got that in fucking Pokemon cards. I mean, that'll be the death of the. That's the death of the hobby right there.
Yeah, I've never understood the whole card thing.
Running to Costco with your trolley and smacking someone over to get your limited edition box set of Pokemon cards.
Yeah. Someone dressed as the Grinch did a drug bust over Christmas. Sorry, I was just reading some of the comments. But yeah, availability of it all is very spotty.
Yeah.
Especially at the beginning there.
Yeah, that's what they've got wrong big time. I don't know why they're doing that. Whether it is like a FOMO thing or what, I have no idea. But why they're not big enough? They're a massive company. Why they can't make sure they've got enough stock to sell the things that they said they're going to sell?
Yeah,
I mean that's poor. Bullshit, that is poor.
It's all marketing.
Yeah, I don't know if the supply chain is still borked or something weird.
Yeah, maybe.
Or what?
But it's weird.
Yeah. Okay, so hello, Nate. Nate's Wargaming, or Nate's Miniatures, sorry. How you going?
You all right, Nate?
There you go. You got a volunteer. Remote game Man of War fleets for Mega Hammer. There you go.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, I know that Tablesalt's a huge fan of 3rd edition fantasy. I'm really looking forward to giving it a go this year, mate. So I hope to bring it to the channel a lot more this year. 3rd edition Warhammer.
Yeah, it's virtually non-existent, and
yeah, mate.
I've done a bunch of filming as well, just to try to articulate what the hell this thing is, right?
Right.
To try to piece it together and sort of chronicle it, and I think it'll help for onboarding people as well, just to, if they want to play. So that some of the rules are there and accessible.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. I'd love to see that.
I just haven't done anything with the footage yet.
Right. Okay. Well, you got the mate, just upload it. Just upload it.
Yeah,
I
I have to.
I think
I
a
have to
lot
not
of
stress
people are
about
worried
production quality.
I think, and that's a good point because I haven't really. I've been releasing quite a few videos now because of the ease of production quality. I've just sort of eased off on that and thought, oh shit, I'm just going to just upload anything now.
Yeah.
Anything
Yeah,
that I
that's-
feel would be interesting or fun to talk about or to show people, I'll just show it. You know what I mean? I've always been
Yeah,
hung
if you
up
can
on-
make it easy on yourself, then
Yeah,
it's more
exactly.
fun, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's easier, more fun, less stress.
Yeah, then I can sort of work on the bigger battle reports in the background and just do some other fun stuff in between. So, yeah, I would just recommend just uploading it, mate. Just upload it, and I'm sure people will love it. I know I will. Richard said, "Hello guys, just finished filming, crying a lot." So I think he's playing against Simon today, so that's probably why. We know the outcome already. I think he was playing Dark Angels against Genes of the Cult. So
yeah.
Oh, Carterfix would be happy about that one. But yeah, definitely interested in doing Oldhammer. That's like I was saying to Matt yesterday. It's kind of like, or the other day, it's kind of like a new discovery of things for me, which I enjoy.
Yeah, and I like the design philosophy and also just the gaming philosophy too. That
yeah,
of that era, you just don't see it a lot anymore. So much is becoming so kind of like Magic the Gathering. A lot of it,
yeah,
as opposed to like a combat simulation or something, and a bit less of the like the weird adventure aspect and everything. That's kind of what I miss.
I think, like with what Mega Hammer, what you guys are doing, I think that's kind of the golden era where you had all those books integrated into one big system.
Yeah, they all reference each other and stuff, and they're like, if you want to
Exactly.
do this, go get this book. You know?
Yeah, that's right.
And here's how you
I
go
think
back and forth and all that.
Yeah, I think that's the strength of third edition, is that it was all integrated with all the Chaos, Realms of Chaos books,
Yes,
roleplay book, Siege book, Mighty Empires, and the role playing. So everything was integrated with each other, and I think that's one of the hallmarks and strengths of third edition.
Yeah. Even in the Fantasy Battle Core third edition book, they're in the Magic section. They're talking about like maybe you shouldn't use some of the spells from the roleplay book here. Just the philosophy is funny.
Yeah. Well, I'm essentially painting Oldhammer because these models by the Perrys was released as a third edition army list in my first White Dwarf, 147.
Oh, nice.
What ones are you painting?
The Empire Handgunners. These are all old Perry miniatures from essentially third edition fantasy. So I'm really painting Oldhammer.
Nice.
I like that big metal can action as well.
Yeah, I gotta say, yeah.
Up there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, mate. Yeah, Big Dread.
Yeah.
A deadly weapon.
Is that the second edition Dread?
Yeah. It's the second ed one.
Nice.
Looks like it needs a backpack, so I shall be looking at scratch building a Bad Moon's backpack for the thing. It's a banner pole for it.
Okay,
not backpack,
so it's definitely
banner pole.
Bad Moon?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Well, I shall be double checking with the guy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he wants this stuff doing Bad Moon. So, yeah, I'll be seeing about scratch building a Bad Moon banner pole for him.
Okay, mate.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little video. That's a nice idea for a video.
Yeah. Yeah, I quite like scratch building certain parts like that, or at least attempting it, rather.
Back on
Oh,
the
looks like Healy's going to bed, mate. Need a beauty sleep.
Yeah, to be fair, I was just noticing what the time is myself and thinking probably do the same. I reckon.
Oh yeah, it's late for you guys. Yeah.
It's 3 hours. I think we've done pretty well today, guys. And yeah, we'll wrap it up soon. Danny needs his beauty sleep too before gym tomorrow, mate.
Yeah, well, I've got work tomorrow. I'm not.
Have you? Okay.
Unfortunately, my gym time is now my hobby time, and so because I've got so much to do for commission-wise, that gym time has completely been sacrificed.
Oh, right.
Although I have to be honest, like, it doesn't really feel right complaining about that, because when painting miniatures is something that I'm trying to do for a living, then it doesn't really feel like something I should complain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
The aim one day is to get it to the stage where I can, no, it's the dream, have YouTube be the earner.
Yeah, mate. Good luck on that quest, sir. Yeah.
What time is it in the Nippon right now?
Nippon time. What time is it? What time do we start? 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 o'clock now in the morning. Because I started streaming at 6, so 3 hours in now. How about in where you are, mate?
5 p.m.
Oh, early days.
Yeah. Let's see what I can get done for tomorrow.
Yeah, mate. Are you doing your Mega Hammer tomorrow?
Yeah, we're doing a RPG session.
Okay, cool.
What's the story?
I don't know yet. I mean, I'm generating a lot of it on the fly. I'll build out a place, and then they can kind of do what they want, you know.
Right. Yeah.
But it's going to be in the faction that I'm running currently, which are the not Conan people. And I found a mine, like a pretty lucrative mine in the Mighty Empire's rules. And I recently scouted the area, and a bunch of my scouts were killed. So I'm going to incorporate that into the, pay some adventurers to go figure out what happened.
Yeah.
And get my mine under control. See what happened.
Who controls the spice?
Yeah, exactly. It must flow. And I did recently fail catastrophically with a diplomatic mission to the Sea Elf area, so that might be something going on there.
Yeah,
the best movie I watched recently was that June Part 2. Did anybody enjoy watching that? I loved it, mate.
I didn't see it yet. I saw the first one, and I liked the David Lynch one better. I know that's kind of heresy.
Yeah, I love David Lynch ones too. Yeah.
I've not seen the second one. I've seen part 1.
I love number 2. I think Richard hated it. I don't know why, but I absolutely loved it. I couldn't get enough of it. So maybe I'm strange.
I'll have to check it out. But yeah, I don't know. Like the first, like the David Lynch one was just so bombastic. and then I watched this one, and it's like, you know, kind of slow and kind of, I don't know. I think it was spoiled a bit with the. I've never read the book, so I don't, you know, accuracy is not factored
Not
for me
important
necessarily, but
Yeah.
So I wasn't offended one way or the other about how close it was, but.
Yeah, I've got to say that part one I liked. I thought it was okay, but I thought part two was much better than the first one. But,
Okay, yeah, I'll give it a spin then.
Yeah,
that's good news.
But, yeah, well, I don't know. I suppose
I liked a lot of the visual design and stuff. Like I thought a lot of the stuff looked cool.
Me too. I think it looked cool. It looks cool, and I like the sound as well from the guys speaking in their masks and the atmosphere. They've created an atmosphere, and I think that's very important with sci-fi because if you don't do that, it just looks like just a bunch of guys running around with masks on and it just doesn't feel. You don't get the feeling that you're on this strange planet with these different kinds of race of people and stuff like that. I think they really they did a lot in immersing you in that universe. So I quite liked it. In that sense.
The tone was cool. I thought.
But
some of the performances were just kind of like I wanted more. I wanted a little more life. I guess I don't know from the main guy. I think.
Yeah, I had my doubts about him too, and I think in this movie he comes good. You know what I mean?
He steps
Like,
into it a little more.
it, sort of. Yeah. So no, I thought he did a very good job in this one.
Now, to be fair, I could be being very unfair because of, you know, I had the Lynch stuff on my brain, which was very weird and, you know, very colorful. So maybe I need to wash my brain out before giving it another shot.
Oh.
These old plastic fantasy fighters are kind of nice, though. There's not actually a whole lot to clean up.
Yeah, man. It seems like a real treasure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to painting them because it's nice. Looks nice and easy.
Yeah.
Nice flat surfaces.
Yeah.
It takes me
Not
back
too-
to when I was 17, painting those.
Yeah,
in
cool.
high school.
Yeah, they remind me of the HeroQuest stuff.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
that
my
they
friend
from?
at
Sorry.
school. Just show on the screen, mate. All right, sorry, Danny. I'll put you on the solo screen. Sorry, buddy. I didn't. I forgot you were there. I forgot you were still there. Put you
Quietly
on the
looking
solo.
at parts of the Orc Dread.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, before. Yeah, sorry, mate. Been zoned out here. Yeah, they're the ones.
Are they focusing? Kind of, sort of.
They were a little bit before, but now they just go back. Just pull back a bit, mate. That's a bit better. Yeah.
Like it's trying to catch all the metal in the background, I think.
Yeah.
And what? Sorry, what set was it from again? 30 plus 6. Oh, cool. So you
Comes
get
with,
you get all of them. You get orcs. You get.
Yeah. Here's what's on the back here.
Oh, okay.
5 of
That's
each.
where that little goblin guy's from. I've got one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, these little fellas.
Yes, I've got one of them. I didn't know where I was from actually.
And this is the like Josh was saying earlier, this is a sort of a redo of a bigger box that they had earlier on. They gave you more of them. I think this is the 90s re-release of these.
Right.
Yeah, they gave you 10 of each. So you had what was that?
And there's a little story on the back too of them all fighting and stuff. You know.
Yeah.
And I think that one too had the stats on it, like the regiments of renown kind of stuff.
Yeah. Good old days, mate. Good old days. The
Yeah, it's
Ansel
funny,
era,
like
where you
this
just
one,
got-
like all you need is the back of the box and you can run these, you know? Like it has the special points
Yeah.
on them and stuff, and the point values or the special rules, I should say.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Should shout out, is it Lewis who does the Old Hammer fiction podcast? He actually read all those. He read the backs of those boxes from Regents.
Oh, that's
Renown.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Might do that as the last shout out today. I'll pull it up.
You could actually, you know, conceive of a scenario with all that stuff, different scenarios and stuff to play through.
Yeah, they don't do things like that anymore, do they?
Not really, no. They're no fun.
No, yeah, that's true. That's so true. They've lost their fun. It's all about money.
It was like buying that stuff was just like, even now was fun. It was like, oh, I didn't know I had this. That's cool, you know.
Okay, so here you go. And I have to be honest, I haven't actually listened to a few of these for a while, so I need to go back and do that. Here we go. Episode 48, 2-year anniversary special, Regiments of Renown, Machineries of Destruction, and Dragons. So I believe that was the entire... Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the entire Regiments of Renown box set. So that goes for like 2 hours and 24 minutes.
Oh my god.
Oh, sorry, no, sorry, 2 hours 29 minutes. Sorry. Yeah.
And there were enough of them to cover all that. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I'm familiar with like the the Scarlock's Archers, and there's that dwarf box, and then these 2 orc boxes. But yeah, beyond that, I don't think I know of the other ones.
Yeah.
I can hear the baby crying.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I'll be getting a phone call in a minute.
Yeah. What? Where the hell are...
Yeah.
The clean version. Where the hell are you?
Yeah.
From the baby.
And before we do wrap up, I will share my own podcast, just in case someone out there doesn't know we have a podcast. We do. It's been running almost weekly now with various great contributions from the community. So we've got Owen Staten's wonderful Tales Undead and his deep dives, and also have Dave, Matthias, and Merrick giving their deep dives on the Army's books from 4th edition. Also, Dave looks at the retrospective Warhammer Armies from 3rd edition and how they sort of changed and evolved from then to 4th edition. So if you are looking for something on the airwaves, please go and check that out, guys, because some people don't even know there's a podcast. So there you go. Podcast.
Do it, come on.
Do it, you sluts.
Come on, subscribe, you slut. He's there. The button's there. Come on. What's wrong with you?
Uh-oh. Here we go. Dune was dire, never getting that time back. Wow, mate, I loved it. I could watch it. I was almost going to watch it the 3rd time before my Netflix subscription run out over the holidays.
Guessing he's talking about the new one?
He's talking about the new one. Yeah, he doesn't like it at all. The one I love, he hates for some reason. But there you go. It's different horses for different courses, I suppose.
No, someone's wrong and someone needs to feel bad.
Yeah, well, he's clearly wrong, isn't he?
Incredible voice.
Fight.
Right, I'm going to have to love you and leave you, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're going to do the same, mate. I think we're all going to do the same. So, look, everyone, thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Jonny. And thank you so much, Matt, for jumping in.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys.
Really
thank you, Matt.
appreciate that.
Yeah, sorry, I haven't been communicating very much. I've been painting away on little things. I haven't really
Been in the
had
zone.
much.
No, that's where you need to be, my friend. That's where you
Yeah.
need to be,
Yeah.
in that zone. All right, so don't apologize at all. So,
Yeah.
we've all had a good time painting away. We've got some stuff done. Matt's got some stuff cleaned up, his war dances, and working on his fantasy warriors or fantasy fighters.
Yeah.
Johnny's in the dark. His wife's clobbed him over the head and said, "Get into that bloody room, mate, and get that baby sorted." There he
Vanished
is.
to the dungeon.
Yeah. So, he's gone. Okay, okay, guys, take care. Thanks again, eh?
Yeah,
And
have a good
good
one,
weekend.
everyone.
Thanks,
Good
Danny.
night, Jules. Good night, Matt. And good night
See
the
you,
rest
mate.
of everyone watching.
Thanks for everyone for watching. Take care, guys. Oh, Wave Serpent's done. Brilliant. Love to hear it. See you guys.
Yeah, have a good one.